What is up, brothers? It's your dude, International Passport, here again for another live stream at these late night hours in the UK. Hope you brothers are keeping well and safe. Um, First and foremost, I want to say a huge shout out to my old subscribers for supporting the this channel over the last 4 or 5 years. And welcome aboard to my new subscribers and new viewers. Welcome aboard the powerful International Passport movement. Before I go any further in the stream, please hit the like button, please comment, please share this video, and of course, please cash up and super chat. Your support is greatly appreciated. Um, I have a very special guest here to actually, I want to say a huge shout out again yesterday for the brother Fear the Codes for his financial stream. Very, very informative. I think Opportunity might watch that as well. I'm not sure, but if he did, the brother can. Yeah, he did watch it. That stream was amazing. So I want to say a huge shout out to that brother for what he did there. It helped me out a lot, and I'm sure it helped out other brothers as well. So brothers, welcome aboard. We're back again for another financial live stream. I do have a couple more travel content coming later this week, but let's obviously focus on finances. That's important. You need finances to travel, to live a good life, and to sustain yourself. We have the legendary Mr. Opportunity here to do another financial live stream. He is out in a different country. I won't tell you yet. It's going to be a surprise in the future, unless he wants to say so himself, but I'll keep it to myself. Okay, no, we won't say it, brother. Okay. So welcome again to the channel Opportunity. It's great having you here, bro. Can you please introduce yourself, brother, to the new people who have joined the channel, what you do, who you are, and we're going from there, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, pay respects to the great International Passport and the family over here. So much respect to you guys, man. We always got to shout out and pay respects to those who have us on their platforms that built it from the mud. So congratulations, brother, on everything you do. Definitely stay tuned for the financial show. If you guys didn't watch it, check it out. So obstacles to opportunity we do on my channel. At least we cover everything from finances. We try to increase your financial intelligence, your financial literacy. We also help you understand tech and relationships and how money and relationships work in combination and how to relate the two, especially when it comes to self-development. As far as my channel is certified, I'm a multimillionaire. I built it from the mud all in stocks. And then actually, I just got into real estate about 2 years ago, and I've been focused on that ever since. So we help a lot of brothers out with that content. Anybody out there who's looking to actually improve themselves through self-development, we actually show the information, no caps. We try hard and our best to do that. So I appreciate you guys for actually like, share, subscribe, support the channel. Obstacles of opportunity, man. It's just the beginning. International Passport. We've been overseas, and I would call myself an international expert, an expat expert, because I've been overseas living for 16 years and continuing strong.
That's right. Shout out to Mr. Opportunity for that great introduction. Um, Brothers, please, no trolling in the live stream chat. Uh, and of course, I want to say something as well. If you watch this live stream throughout to the end, can someone please take down chapters for me? I would really appreciate that. So if you're a person that watches, all my streams from beginning to end, I would greatly appreciate if you can take down the chapters and put it in within the comments, and I will pin it in the comment section. So can someone please do that? Who's going to volunteer to do that? Would that be R&B, Miss International? Someone please who watches my videos from start to finish, take down chapters so it's easier for people to skip to certain parts of the video and gain intel from. So put a one in the chat if you would volunteer to do that. I would greatly appreciate that. I will also pin your comment to the live stream, to the video section, so everyone can see who you are and the timestamps as well. That would be greatly appreciated. So who's going to take down timestamps for me? I'll put one in the chat. Thank you very much, brothers. So in this stream, brothers, we will speak about what you must do to become a wealthy millionaire within 5 years. This is what the brother has done for himself. He is a certified millionaire. I've seen it. He's given intel. He's showing evidence. So He will break down what he's done, and we'll go on from there. Mr. International, thank you, bro. So if you can please take down timestamps for anyone, actually, timestamps for this video, put it in the comments. I will pin it, and that'll be greatly appreciated. Shout out to Naeem Abdul Ayad for the $5 super chat already. Just join. What's up? What's up to you, brother? Thank you very much for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. So I will share a PowerPoint slide uh, for everyone, and then we will begin the stream, Mr. Opportunity.
Sounds good to me. All right. Boom. Yeah. Do I got it? Do I got the rock?
Yep.
Okay, I got the rock. Let's go. Hey, so I wanted to make this stuff a little bit good. What do they call it? Edumacation entertainment. We're trying to put them together, man. I don't want it to be dry and dull, but I just call everything that I do like a war room. And I take the perspective of, developing strategies that's required for us to get wealthy, get rich, whatever you want to do, whether it's sit by the ocean, sit by the beach, or whether you want to actually focus on building a, quality business and a business system. I'm definitely down for it all. Whatever the brothers want to do, I support it. But you're going to have to take a very aggressive position in the actual road to riches. So it says invest now, why wait, right? And the plan is to take over, not to just get by. And as you can see, I actually want brothers to check this out. It's called Who Rules America ucsc.edu /power/wealth. And then if you check it out, it's going to break down, and I have in the slide a couple of charts breaking down how wealth is really obtained by the masses from the lower 80% to the next 10% and to the actual next 1%. It kind of breaks it down kind of in like sections like that. So you guys need to go check that out so you can actually understand. So number one path, man, and a lot of people might not be feeling it or might not be rocking with it, but it's just not for you then. Military. The number one path in America to get to wealth very quickly, most people wouldn't believe, is the military. You get benefits, you get experience, you get good comparison, you get the GI Bill, educational bill that pays for your college full scholarship, plus actually paychecks every month to sustain your life and cost of living, plus the tuition while you're in the military to go to school. So you can get degrees and certificates while you're in the military via tuition. And then also when you get out, you got basically 34 months of guaranteed school paid for by the government. Any school. You want to go to Harvard, you want to go to Yale, they're paying the bill, period. You also got the VA loan. That's how we're going to get into the real estate. And that's how you're really going to leverage your VA loan into obtaining wealth, right? And increasing your net worth. And then, of course, great disability packages and then security clearances. And those are just like, security clearances on different levels of government. So you can make massive amounts of money when you get out into the private sector. So all these things are valuable. And that's how you start the path. Passing college, GED, they take you. And then I would say focus on Air Force, then focus on the Army, then the Navy, then the Marine Corps. I served in the Marine Corps, but I'm putting that last. So you guys can actually get good quality schools, a skill set, and certificates. And Air Force has one of the most advanced, best fourth industrial revolution type of jobs related to programming, space, aerodynamics, aviation. So that's where it's really at, followed by the Army because they do a very diverse. So focus on the military. Join the military. I know a lot of people be like, not me. I'm not doing it. Well, you need to give it a second thought because I've seen militaries all over the world, and most people just serve and then get out and they get potato chips. And the U.S. military, you can really insulate yourself into wealth and make yourself create massive amounts of opportunity. You got that? So everybody's still tracking with me? You still there, IP?
Still here, bro.
Okay, cool. Bet. So I got the war room built up so you guys can actually start looking at it. And that's where we start the foundation. So once you get in the military, right? Let's say year one, you're going to start building that foundation. You're going to have a small little paycheck, but it's A-okay. And we're going to start house hacking. And as you see right here, I have this fourplex. This is in a place called Fort Hood. Fort Hood is like right down the street from the one of the largest military bases in the United States of America, in like Texas. You got North Carolina, you got California, you got all these places, right? And when I say house hack, that means you're going to be using this place as your primary residence, right? And because it's your primary residence, they're going to let you inside the place for a low down payment or no down payment. You using a VA loan, that's not no money. It's zero for down payment. And then also there's state programs that I talk about on my channel that you can apply for. So you're not putting much money down. So as you can see, this property right here on the right hand side, bottom right hand side of this picture right here on the right side. You're not renting out one unit because you're living in it, and you're renting out the rest of the units for $800. And you see how your income could be 1,600, or it could be more. It could be 2,200, right? If you're out here renting out the whole spot, period, right? So you're renting out the place for about 2,200 minimum, right? And that's going to pay your note. That's going to pay your mortgage. Because as you can see right here, right? Average income in America could be something like 45, especially for black men. It ranges around this price. That's enough to underwrite a $300,000 multifamily unit in house hack. Not a single family. Don't let the girlfriend, don't let the wife, don't let the mama, don't let people con you into getting a single family. That's not going to make any money. As you can see right here, a single family house, you live in it, right? And then that's it. You pay the mortgage. But with this multifamily, you get 4 units, right? And now you're going to be able to make that money. Focus on this. This is the key to success. Real estate is going to get you into becoming wealthy, increasing your net worth. Easy. It's going to be automated. We're gonna automate this process and make it as easy as it can be. And that's where most wealth comes from in the United States of America. No cap. It doesn't come from all these side hustles, all these passive incomes and all this other stuff. Those are all little nice side hustles and nice little things on the side. But this is different. So here we go. This is, I don't believe you. I don't know. Come on, I'm about to show you right here. This is the information. So let me break it down. Most people don't have a problem with making money, right? IP people make money, right? They make 60K, 40K, right? 30K. They got the ability to make money, right?
Yeah.
And then most people focus on, okay, how do I make more money? So they go to school, they get certificates, they might be tap dancing for the boss. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Do what you're doing, do what you do. But you're out here tap dancing for the boss. You're out here increasing your certificates, increasing your education. You're doing all these things just to get more information. You're like, yo, I need more information. I need more skills. I want to get paid more. That's what people are doing. But the problem is, check this out, IP. They go to college for 4 years to increase their skills, hopefully to make more money, right?
Yeah.
By number one, that's the number one agenda or the side agenda. But they go to school to do that. But have they spent 4 years to train their mind on what to do with the money?
Yep. Nope.
No education. It's not your fault. I'm not claiming no blame on nobody. All I'm saying is you don't get trained, nor do you put yourself in the training to say, okay, I've been able to I trained myself to increase my marketability, to increase my net worth, or excuse me, my earned income, right?
Yep.
But instead, you're not focused on, damn, what do I do with the money now? And go back to school for 4 years and graduate with a master's and what to do with the money. If you did that, it's no school that teaches that, but besides the University of YouTube out here, IP, Obstacles of Opportunity, and all the other great people that I provided my PDF, they're going to provide you real tangible life information of not only what to do with your money. IP teaches you what to do with your life, right? Everybody's only has the market of, I'm a grow up, deal with the ladies available, deal with the social relationships in my city, and die. Right? It's not until a brother like IP comes by and says, hold on, diversify your lifestyle, diversify your relationships, diversify your portfolio of what you have available as good partners, and get your passport. Leverage your ability to enter in most countries visa free. And then he starts to open your life. They don't teach you that in school, right? They say marry the girl down the street that you went to prom with. That's your only options. Good luck. So, with that being said, the same thing goes for real estate. We need to focus on our money. We need to focus on what to do. So, check this. We got the bottom 40. We got the 40 to the 60. We got 60 to the 80th percentile, right? And we got all these, the top 20%, the top 1%. But look at this. The median household income could be 20 to 46 to $76,000. But as you see, the median household net worth is not no more than negative 10,000, right? 68 or 236. Where does that even that money, where does that come from? That becomes from most of these people's real estate, right? And so as you go down, and you can't see the chart so much, let me see if I can zoom in. It might be a little blurry, but as you can see, right? The top 1%, you guys are not the top 1%, so don't take it personal, right? The top 1%, they make most of their money from equity, mutual funds, ETF, stock market, stuff right? Y'all heard about this. And then the next, let's say, asset that they make or investment class that make their money from is private businesses that they got. But as you can see, you got others. I don't know what they do. They're probably selling dope or something, but they got others, right? And then as you see, the next line is real estate. Real estate is high on their list. So you're like, oh, let me go to the stock market. No. Chill out. Stop the show. They go to the stock market because they got money. They say, hey, look, Apple only costs $140. I got 50 million. Let me buy a bunch of shares. Right? It increases about $10. They winning, right? That's $10 increasing for all the millions that they purchased. So it's nothing for them, right? But here we go. The rest of us, right? The rest of us, how do we get wealth, right? And as you can see, the highest line on there is real estate. That's the highest line. The highest line on there is real estate. And the reason those guys, right, can make all that money and do all those things is because, remember, in real estate, IP, let me ask you something. Can you call up TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab and say, hey, I want $100,000 worth of stocks, but I only got $1? What they gonna tell you?
Get out of here.
They're gonna tell you, hit the streets, man. They're gonna mush you in your face and tell you hit the streets and get up out of here. And if you don't, I'm gonna call the cops, right? That's it. Yeah. And you're like, wait, I'm online. How you gonna call the cops? They're gonna be like, I'm gonna send them to your house. So you really can't do nothing. But in real estate, man, with your little, all you have to do is make that little bit of money at work. You don't even gotta have it like that. And then the bank's gonna look at you and say, okay, here we go, IIP. You want a $300,000 house. You're like, yeah. And they're like, all right, you make $40,000 a year. Yeah. And they're going to go over your finances. They're going to go over your credit score. They're going to look at it and say, okay, we got you. Now, IP, you could be crazy. You could be like, oh, yeah, I want to get the white picket fence. I want to give me a traditional colonial house, United States of America, with a white picket fence in the front and a pool in the back. They're going to be like, hold on, sir. Okay, yeah, we got you. And then you're going to be enslaved for the next 30 years trying to pay that off, right? You got to go to work. You're going to have to, I don't know, you might have to sell some things, right? I got a Toro business. I'm Airbnb in the basement. And you're going to have to do all these things just to make your note. But what I'm telling you is, hey, IP, hey, brothers, hey, check this out. Go get that quad. Remember I showed you that quad? Yeah. Go get that quad, right? And then rent out those units and have those renters pay your mortgage. Now you're living rent-free. And it gets a little bit, not too complex, but then you use that property, rental property, right, as a tax deduction. So now most people pay a lot of money in rent and taxes. I just reduced and solved the problem of both of them in small multifamily real estate investing, and you're living rent-free. And I'm not talking about at your mama's house, right? So let me go into this real quick. I want you guys, I hope y'all still rocking with me. Y'all still there? Y'all still feeling
Yeah.
me? I'm trying to
Yeah.
spice it up. I'm trying to razzle and dazzle you, but I'm trying to get you to understand this. Now, yeah, if y'all watch too much other people, oh, I was about to say a name. Hi, I kept it. If you watch too many other people out here, right? They're gonna make you think you're losing. You're gonna look at the IG, you're gonna be talking to the people you know, they're gonna be talking about Drake numbers, Kanye West numbers, and you're gonna be like, dang, I ain't got no money. Bro, I've been over the world for a while. And as you can see, I put up a little charts of impoverishment, right? Let me show you how rich you really are. But in the States, people make you think you about broke as a joke. If you make at least $45,000 a year, right? People richer than you is about 2% in the world. Let me run that back again. Right? Because, it's funny. IP, we be in America talking about the 1%. It's like, bro, you the two. You the 2%er. Like, you know, what, only 40,000, and I could make it lower, bro. I can make it 35, right? But you're still going to be in the top 5% in the world. Look
Damn.
how much, look how much other people make in the world. You see that big tall thing on the right, IP, that big right here,
Yeah.
that real big bar right there. That's you making
Mhm.
45 or 30. Look at the rest of the world. That little
Wow.
small smidget of a thing right there. That's the rest of the planet. And the global population, right, at a $45,000 salary, your income is 15.9 times that of global median, right? And somebody can say, well, it's expensive in America. It's funny, everybody buys stuff in America from AliExpress and Alibaba in Asia, anyways. So you can purchase it for the same price and it come to your doorstep, but you only purchase on Amazon. So you be getting clowned by people who be making a hustle on Amazon. You can order from Alibaba straight direct also. So you can pay cheap for the product too. That's the funny part, right? It's not like it's
Yeah.
only made in America and the price is marked up. Man, that junk's made in Asia anyways for a lower price. You can buy your onesie for really $2 in Asia and it will come to your doorstep within like a week. But instead, you want to buy it from Amazon because I don't know, whatever reason is, right? And now you're paying $20, $30 for the onesie, right? So that's just your fault about where you buying your shit, by where you buying your stuff from. So as you can see right here, you just don't know what to do with the money. You have it, right? And the average black or white man salary is somewhere north from 45 to 60K, right? So with that being said, this, look, IP, they trying to trick the mind. They trying to have you tripping. You out here talking about I'm naked out on the streets, IP, I ain't got no money.
Mm.
And I'm
Yeah.
showing you the chart right here. Look at this. Let me drop you off in India real quick so you can really see what it was. I'm in India, IP. People going to work, right? I'm bugged out. I'm going to work with them, right? I'm just walking the streets like this, IP, right? I'm walking the streets. I'm like, oh, snaps, a new world, I'm out here, eyes open. IP, people just walking over a dead body. I'm like, huh? What's going on here? Like, why is there a dead body on the street? And why is everybody just acting like this is normal? They just
It's
going
crazy,
to
bro.
work.
Yeah.
Dead body been there for like a week, IP. So
Mhm.
when we get taught that we don't got no money, we ain't got no opportunity, it's cap. It's not true, man. I've seen worse. So why am I saying that? So I'm trying to give you, something to compare by. The comparison traveling overseas gives you that. So when we go back to that rose to riches, when we're in the military and we're at year one, year two, right? We're going to continue to house hack. UPCS, meaning like you change locations, right? Due to orders. So imagine if I got this property at Fort Hood, right? IP, it's worth 300,000, right? I worked 2 years at Fort Hood in that area, right? And then they relocate me to North Carolina, right? So then I go to North Carolina and guess what I do? I do the same thing. I house hack in another property.
Mm.
You understand?
Yep.
So this property is worth 300,000. Let's say worst case scenario, because this is going to be them people wooga booga booga. I'll say worst case scenario, the property fat lines. It stays 300 2 years later. It won't happen, but let me say it does. Right? So 2 years later, it's still worth 300. You move to another property. How much is that property? Let's say you do the same property, 300. Don't try to get fancy. Right? You underwrite another multi-unit in North Carolina for 300,000. That's 600,000, right? So that's your net worth increasing. Even though you're taking debt out for this
Yep.
property, guess what's happening? You're generating more money than the debt. This is the thing. I'm gonna explain this real quick before we hop into this next chart right here, because this is gonna be showing you what I'm really talking about. So quick question right here, IP. when 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 most people, I was sitting down with this guy. He was a big Bitcoin guy. He's a multi-millionaire with Bitcoin. So he's not like just some sucker, right? Big time. We were sitting in Israel. We're having this conversation. And he's like, yeah. He's talking about debt in America, right? So you know about debt in America, right? So he goes on and on about this debt in America. And I'll be like, yeah. And he'd be like, what? It's debt, inflation, da 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 da. So what I basically say is this: it's like people who are invested in real estate, they might have debt, right? Totaling somewhere around like 7 million. And people are like, oh my gosh, I couldn't do that. But the funny part is all their assets over time are worth $23 million. And he used debt to gain that wealth. And then there's terms I can say, but let me keep it simple: by the value of property increasing and by the property generating income. See, he's not taking on debt that he has to go to work to pay. He's taking on debt that the property of the asset goes to work for itself and makes money, right? So as long as America can charge up the debt, it has to generate more value in the economy and the world than it actually has debt. And as long as that happens, then it's okay. It's like a business. A business takes out loans,
Yeah.
but as long as it's clearing $1 trillion, they can give a dang if they borrowed $1 billion. It generates $1 trillion. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being said, the same thing goes. America creates massive amounts of value across the world, and I can get into that. But what I'm saying is, on your scale, when you have the property, you want to get debt that generates money, not get debt that's flatline. It makes you have to go to work in order to pay it back. Single family homes, cars that are not being utilized for commerce, right? It's not being rented out on Toro. It's not being rented out or being utilized in Uber. So it's a dead weight. It's a liability, right? So methods to riches. Remember, you did the PCS, you moved to the next station, right? And now you're in that second property. You have $600,000. 600, right? And you're rocking. You're like, man, I got 600. I'm out here winning. I'm gonna tell IP off. Nah, I'm gonna tell him I'm doing it big, right? We're gonna laugh and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. Look at this. This is how I'm gonna have to break it down because they don't get me. They don't get me sometimes. IP. It's cool. I'm gonna show y'all family. So this is 2013, and I'm telling you, it's gonna get it's even more ridiculous in 2021. But as you can see, you got the bottom 90, bottom nine, top one, right? Or the next nine. There ain't no bottom. Next nine, and then the top one. As you can see, if you look, what does that say right here? Non-home real estate. And look, they put non-home in there for a reason. So the bottom 90% obtain most of their wealth through non-home real estate. Stocks and bonds and mutual funds and all these businesses, that's no more than 10%. Let me run that back. That's no more than 10%. And even if you work yourself out of the top of the bottom 90 and you're in the next 9%, they still get most of their money from non-home real estate. And non-home real estate is rental properties, the things I'm telling you to go get. So most wealth, most millionaires, 80% and up, come from non-home real estate. So don't distract yourself with Bitcoin, this and that. I'm not saying don't do it at all. But I'm saying if you had 100% of energy, I'm telling you at least put the majority of that into non-home real estate. Why? Because most of you and most population in the bottom 90, one, the statistics are there. And then two, that helps you get leverage into the other areas. You can say I only make $30,000, $40,000 and get access to $300,000 in working capital to purchase a house. It's your choice if you buy the single family house with the dog door, or if you buy that 4 unit that's going to make you money. That's your choice. The bank ain't telling you to do nothing. That's your choice. So are you going to be chasing an American dream / nightmare? Are you going to be chasing your own dream?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and chase the American dream if you want and end up with a single family house and in debt. Or you can chase your own dream and say, hey, I want to be from the bottom 90 up until at least the 9, right? Or at least, like I said, increasing that net worth within 5 years. I'm giving you the game plan because I'm changing the learning curve. It took me longer to understand everything. I've got rich through stocks. So IP, shouldn't I be advocating stocks, right?
Yep.
I should be like, but the thing is, when I learned about real estate, I was like, dang. Now, if I took all that money I saved up and put it in real estate, whew, the 7 or 5 years ago, whew, man, I would have been able to take the gains from my real estate and then throw it in the stock market. But I just didn't know what I didn't know. Now I'm coming back and I'm trying to be like, hey, look, I found the Underground Railroad. Let's make this shortcut. So, like I said, 40%, 44%, or whether it's 22%, all of it comes from non-home real estate. And then as you can see, look here, debt. Bottom 90% of people got debt. And I tell you what, it's not home real estate debt, right? It's house real estate, like living in the home, right? It is consumer debt. So once again, people's problem is not making money. People's problem is how to maintain and what to do with the money. That's the biggest problem. As you can see, look, principal residence, 60% of the debt from the bottom 90 comes from it. That's what I'm talking about. People decide to take their principal residence and put that debt on them. Remember, the largest purchase in most people's life is their house, and it's the largest debt. It's the largest waste. It's the largest bad move ever. That's sad, man. That's really sad. I'm trying to show y'all the plug, so y'all be sitting back laughing, saying, "Woof, I ain't get conned like that." Are we still tracking? We still good over here?
Yes, we are, brother.
All right, cool. I hope I'm popping. I hope y'all guys are digging me and understanding what I'm saying. Reduce
Bro,
accommodation and taxation. Go ahead, brother.
the live stream chat is looking amazing, bro. I've got let me read out a couple cash apps and super
Yeah,
chat, brother.
please,
Take a
please.
break
Let's
there,
do that.
bro. You've been speaking for half an hour straight. Get some water, brother. Shout out to Mr. What the flip is going on with this phone? All right, shout out to Mr. Sean Camp for the £10.90 cash app. Thank you, brother, for the cash app. Thank you, bro. Brothers, please feel free to send through more cash apps. Like I said, YouTube takes a 30% cut of all super chats, so please, cash app is preferable. If you can't cash app, then super chats is okay, brothers. So shout out to Sean Camp for that. Thank you, brother. I wanna apologize to brothers regarding the two streams. I think there was a bit of confusion there. I think there was some sort of technical issues with StreamYard that it messed up my stream with a different stream, but I fixed it now. I apologize for that, brothers. I'm so sorry if you got confused. Please, I'm sorry for that, brothers. I apologize deeply for that. Thank you, brothers. Shout out to Irregular Data for the $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you so much. Shout out to Irregular Data again for the $2 Canadian super chat, showing my support. IP. Thank you, bro, for your support. It means a lot to me. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Going on to the next super chat. Shout out to Shara D for the $199 super chat. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to Mr. Chosen One Music for the $499 super chat. He says, "You brothers are truly an inspiration to me. God bless you both." IP, again, thank you for all you do, sir. It's much appreciated. Oh, thank you, bro. Bro, thank you, man. That means a lot to me. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Opportunity as well for taking the time out to do this stream as well. Thank you, bro. Um, Shout out to Mr. Wealth Engineering for the $10 Canadian super chat. He says, "Brother Obstacles has got a smooth voice, great mic. Try pop filter for it. I had the same problem with my mic. Search for replacement windscreen for SM7 on Amazon. It works great." Okay, brother. Thanks for that tip for Mr. Opportunity. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Yamba Bar for the $5 super chat. Thanks for the stream. No problem, brother. Thank you, bro, for coming in and watching and supporting. It's much appreciated, brother. Thank you so much, brothers. Shout out to Mr. Wealth Engineering again for the $2 Canadian super chat. He says, "Man, this data is gold." Thank you, bro. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Opportunity, for putting this data together for brothers to read. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, Wealth Engineering. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to AN for the $6.99 Canadian dollars super chat. He says, "What's up, brothers? What's up to you too, brother? Hope you're enjoying this live stream, bro, and getting this incredible knowledge." Shout out to hold on. Shout out to Mr. Frank Harris for the £7.27 cash app. Thank you, bro, for the support. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you so much. Shout out to Chosen One Music for the $4.99 super chat. He says, "What would you recommend brothers investing overseas for, or America?" Could you answer that question, Mr. Opportunity?
Yeah. So, what would you recommend, brothers, investing overseas for or America? I see what he's saying. America at first. See, it's not going to be a just binary situation. I would say America first because when I go overseas, they want the capital, right? So I can get into development projects for 35% down, 20% down. You can get it financed and not via a bank, but mostly via like the project. But the thing about it is, once again, you need the cash, you need the capital, right? But I'm showing you where in America, to my knowledge, is one of the best places to finance and leverage. So using that debt to create wealth. So let's say you're in America. I purchased my multi-unit for $300,000, right? And then I purchased another one and another one. Let's say 5 years later, I'm going to have equity. I'm going to have value in that property that I can call up the bank and say, write me a check for $100,000. And what they're going to do is total up all my properties. They're going to find the value in them, and they're going to say, okay, you got $50 and 50,000 in this property, 25,000 in this property, 25,000 in this property, and then they're going to write a loan against those properties, saying, okay, here's $100,000, and they're going to write me a check, tax free, $100,000. They're going to give it to me, and you're going to say, well, it's a loan. What are you going to do? Remember, my properties pay themselves off. So the property is working and it's going to pay off the new debt. I'm going to take the $100,000 and send it overseas. That's how you do it. The renters pay everything. They pay the mortgage, they pay the note. So later on, you could borrow that money and then what we call is repatriate the funds. That's the terminology, right? And then you send it to Africa, you send it to Asia, you send it to Latin America, and that's how you purchase things. So America is a stepping stone to then move money. That's what most Nigerians do. That's what most Chinese Americans do, Korean Americans, massive amounts of people leverage the position, economics, finance it in America, gain wealth through things and processes, what I'm telling you, and then say, hello, bank, let me get 100,000. And let's say you send the 50,000 to Africa or send it to Asia, and then take the other 50,000, send it to the stock market.
Wonderful. Thanks for
Courtesy
that,
of the
brother.
renters. No
Thanks
problem.
for that, brother. Courtesy of what, brother? What was that opportunity? Courtesy of renters, you said?
Yeah, courtesy of the renter.
Mm. Thanks for that, bro. Shout out to Conrad Grant for the $5 Canadian super chat. He says, obstacles to opportunities. Thanks for sharing this very informative details. And big ups to you too, IP. Blessings to you, brother. Blessings to you too, Mr. Conrad Grant. Thank you for the kind words, brother. Shout out to Volcanoes for the $5 super chat. Greetings, IP and chat. Greetings to you too as well, brother. Hope you're keeping well, bro, and you're safe and well. Sending blessings and health and riches your way, brother. So let's carry on with the stream, brother. I'm enjoying it so far. You're dropping mad game opportunity. Carry on, brother.
Yeah, most definitely. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for the support. And hey, brothers, go find your people, man. Send them like, share, subscribe. Send them some
Yeah.
information. And then thanks for the tip for the audio. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that pop filter, but I'm on the rumble in the jungle, so I got it quiet a little bit later. No, actually, there's great stuff out here, so I'm gonna get that. So going back to it, method to
Hold on, brother.
riches.
Real
Okay, go
quick,
ahead.
bro. Brothers, what's going on with the likes? We got over 60 people watching, right? But only 39 likes. What's going on, brothers? Again, brothers, can you please support this movement? This right here, the brother is taking his time out to drop what made him a millionaire within such a short amount of time. This brother is a young brother, already a multi-millionaire, and you brothers just can't hit the like button? What's going on, brothers? Can you please support this movement? If the likes don't go up, I'm going to pause the stream. I'm going to start singing. And brothers, my singing is very awful. So if you don't want me to start singing out in the middle of nowhere, please get the likes up, brothers. Can we get it to at least 55? Because a lot of 65 people watching, but only 49 likes. Get the likes up, brothers. I'm giving you 20 seconds, right? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 55. Well done, brothers. Thank you. Carry on, Mr. Opportunity.
All right, hold on. I'm still here. So
Okay.
I want to show something because, like I said, I'm out here. Wait, hold on. Let me just see real quick. All right, so I'm out here every day, right? And I want you brothers to understand it because what often happens, somebody will drop some information. I think in the chat. Oh, man, I wish I could bring it up. So let me just keep flowing on the path. All right. So in the chat, a brother brought up like, "Hey, look, I had to hop into a single family home because of da 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 da." Da. Look, right here in itself, there's a property on Zillow. It's a duplex for $45,000. It's a duplex for $45,000. The purchase price for multifamily is more affordable than a single family. A couple of factors is one of them, I name, is because people just pay any price for single family because they like it. They love the location. So they intend to pay extra money. Multifamilies, people don't do that. It's about how much money can the property generate, right? So people purchase it more with a realistic attachment to it. And it's a financial one. So unless it can make the money, people purchase it. They don't purchase it because they fall in love with it. Now, some people are going to do what they want to do. So let's continue. They're going to go get stocks. They're going to, okay, so here is the stock market. So I say my advice for it, not a financial advisor. My advice is to go see a financial advisor at your local bank, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, talk to them. They're like a doctor. Go get financially checked up, right? To see how your whole financial situation is going. Long shot, but never give up hope, right? Diversification, diversifying, and then long term holds and investments over the long run, not trading. So that's the for the masses, kind of like what Dave Ramsey does. He gives good advice for the masses, right? Don't do much, save your money, get out of debt, and then that's it. That's good for mass production. And the same thing for a stock market. I would say do the same thing. Get yourself, this is one example, TD Ameritrade. You get yourself, unfortunately, the minimum investment is 25K. Other ones, it's cheaper, right? You get yourself a portfolio. They manage the portfolio for you, right? And that's it. And then you send contributions every month. Don't do a 401k and all that unless they match it. But that's how you put the money in. You keep putting it Investments, most millionaires in America, it's nothing sexy. It's nothing really super cool. It's just investing in the market in the long term. That's it. And then, invest in a company you really believe in, and it's got good fundamentals like Apple or Tesla. But as far as the rest of the stuff, don't go chasing waterfalls. That's what TLC said, right? That's the only time I would say listen to him, right? Don't go chasing waterfalls and trying to figure things out. So let's get back to the road to riches, right? So as you can see, I'm going to leverage debt as a tool to break the rules. So as you can see, this is just a modest property. This is a modest run of how much we paid for it, all the cost and everything that's associated with it. You could pause the video and watch it in a playback, right? You can see the ROI, but they call it IRR, the rate of return, the money you'll be making from this type of property once you move out of it and have it completely running, right? And then the equity built up over the years. You see 5 years, you built up $100,000 in equity, right? And those are modest appreciation or value increase of the real estate. It's very modest, man. And if you continue to purchase and do house hacks and use the government money to fund your projects, which I have on my channel that I show you step by step how to use the government, state level, county level, to help you pay down payments, even if you're not a veteran, FHA, even if you're not a veteran, conventional loans, 3%. You go to the state, you go to the county, they're going to give you 5%. They're going to help you for first-time home buyers. If you don't make that much money, the program is built for you. The medium income, low income, NACA is also a low income loan that they support you, a nonprofit organization. There's literally all these tools out there that are for people who don't make 6 figures to get into real estate. But unfortunately, if somebody from the quote unquote lower socioeconomic status gets into real estate, they go buy a funky house that they got to go pay the rent note on. They got to work at Safeway in order to pay it off. They got to work at the school as a teacher to pay it off. I'm telling you to get a property that pays itself off. I'm telling you, get a property that makes money, that generates money. And also think about it socially. You can help other people move in affordable houses and not just yourself. So that's a good thing. You cannot be a slumlord. That's what you can do, right? Stop making excuses, period. Become rich or stay broke. You got a choice. Winners and losers, right? And I'm not even telling you to do anything crazy. I'm just trying to keep it modest for you guys. There's no excuses. Whatever reason you got, take it and move forward. And so when you're done your military service, if you calculate it from the numbers in which I'm talking about, your net worth would be well around the 900 to 800, right? 2 PCS moves. Acquiring the one house for 300,000, then the next puts you at 600, $500,000 already, just in real estate. That's going to be your net worth. And fortunately for you, you don't have to work 20 jobs to pay it off. Renters are paying all that off. So now you're sitting at 600 just before you get out, or after you get out, after year 4, you acquire another $300,000 property. You're at the 900. You're at the million marker already. The hardest thing about making money is trying to get to a million, a 0 to a million. Once you get that and break that threshold, it's easy to multiply it. Like for me now, that's why I'm trying to run up the train. I'm let me tell you something, IP, personal story, right? Are you still there? All right,
Yeah, I'm
bet.
still here, bro.
So I took a guy, I took 4 veterans, right? I built up a relationship with a lender, right? While everybody else was talking to shorties, IGing them, messaging them, sliding in their DMs, learning game, all this dumb stuff, right? While they was focused on that, I was focused on sending emojis to my lender. My communication, my day, I'm listening to this man. He talking about his life. He talking about his children. I'm just having a conversation, connecting with the guy, right? He served in the military too. Just a real nice, solid dude, right? First met him, he was like, hey, look, man, this is how the loan's going. I can't do this, and I can do this, and that. Over the time, I built a relationship. So y'all was sending emojis to the shorty on IG. Y'all was sliding in the DMs. I was sliding in his emails, right? I was building a relationship with him. Y'all was chasing the honey bunnies. Y'all was learning game, paying 10.99 to learn game, right? And then I was over here with the lender. So, case in point, maybe about 3 months, 6 months later, he said, hey man, I'm opening up my own lending firm. I'm opening up my own business. Da 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 da. I said, hey man, that's great, man. All the drinks, man. I can't wait till I come check you out. We'll go to a game. We'll go out to dinner. We'll turn up. You trying to take shorties out to dinner? I'm trying to take these fellas out to dinner, right? Because at the end of the day, what he had for me, guess what happened, IP? So I came to him. I said,
What
look,
happened?
I learned this ability to do joint loans. We can purchase bigger properties with more doors. You can get like 6 doors if you do joint veteran. Chapter 7 of the VA handbook. I did my due diligence. I came to him. He said, oh man, I did VA loans. I never heard of that much. He's like, let me call up the VA. I said, call him, man. Here's the number. Here's the booklet. He looked it up. He was like, yeah, I heard of it, but I never did it before. So let's say like 2 weeks later, he come back. He said, let's do it, man. I got you. Now, I bring the 4 veterans, including myself, to him. All these dudes did is hand in their paperwork. Look, IP, they don't know nothing about no special terminologies. They don't even know the difference between multifamilies, right? So they didn't have much knowledge. But since I do, I do like investment, links with them every week, teach them, educate them, right? So anyways, the lender comes back with $2 million for the 4 of us in financing for real estate, $1 million a piece, or $1 million per 2 people, because it's a group of 2. So 2 people on one loan application, 2 people on the other. $1 million. Now, IP, ask me how much money we needed to put down to get $1 million. How much do you think?
100K?
20%? You
Oh,
ready for this?
200K.
10K.
No,
10K.
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 Damn.
On the closing cost sheet, which I'll probably show you guys another time, 10K out of our pocket. So remember, with 2 people, that's 5K for me, 5K for my partner. And then at the end of the day, we both own half of it. So $500,000 to me and $500,000 of value for him. So
Wow.
right there, within a week, I was able to create wealth, almost $500,000 for 3 other people, just like that. All they had to do to play ball was 5K. I can break it down,
Wow.
man. I'm telling you, this ain't no lies. We'll do another stream where I'll break that joints down and I show you guys. I'll show you page chapter 7. I'll show you everything that you can do. And when you go to commercial real estate, it's more ways to create wealth, bro. This little residential way, quads, it's constrained. But when you do commercial, 6 doors, 7 doors, you can have commercial space. It gets naughty, man. But what I'm saying is, while y'all sliding in the DMs of shorties, when the watching is only going to be under 100 when we talking about financing, but it's going to be jumping like the banjos when it's talking about shorties in Mexico. That's the disturbance in the matrix. That's the issues right there, right? It's going to be the real estate. It's going to be the wealth that give you a lifestyle and give you the ability to diversify your life. Y'all talking about diversifying your economics. Y'all need to diversify your life. And real estate's going to help you do that. And so is this financial information. So while everybody was not in monk mode, I was in monk mode. You ain't got to go monk mode, but I was in monk mode and I became a millionaire. When I was chasing them scallywags and them shorties, I was broker than a joke, even though I was making money. I used to be like, oh, where am I going? Oh, I'm going to Thailand. I would put Thailand women. That'd be the first thing I put, right? They'd be like, hey, you're going to Thailand. I'd be like, Google search Thailand women, right? But now they say you're going to Thailand.
And
First thing I look
on
is
that note, opportunity, right? Now that you're a lot more wealthier, I'm guessing the women have only come in abundance right now, bro. There you go, brothers.
bro.
A lot more women coming his way now that because he went monk mode. worked hard. A lot more women are on his plan. It's crazy. Carrying opportunity. Sorry,
In
brother.
quality, way better quality now, way better quality. You know, so it's not so much, and you could write your own rules at that point. You could write your own rules at that point. Once again, you got to go to the war room. And once you come out a decorated veteran, a decorated general, a decorated captain, whatever level you want to come out, the hyper chamber, I'm telling you, the rest of it, it's not only that, it's also men. Like, case in point, while y'all was sliding in the DMs of shorties, I slid in the DM of a multimillionaire. And he recently gave me an opportunity to work with him for his investment firm. Might I remind you, IP, I come from a background, single mom. I come from a background where she was just a school teacher's secretary. You understand me? I went to the military. Most of my time has been in security, right? And now I have an opportunity to work with an investment firm, a capital group, high level financing, right? $1 billion acquisitions because of my ambition, because I slid in the DM of men of wealth
Damn.
and I added value and I told them I'm hungry. I was willing to take out the trash and go get the donuts and make the coffee. Even though I make six figures at my career, quote unquote, that was a good stepping stone. But now I'm trying to seek more. So now I'm not working at all for nobody. And I'm putting in work for these guys for the investment firm because I want to learn how to create my own capital company. And this guy's going to show me. Now I'm able to get on the phone with guys who sold companies for $1 billion plus
Yeah.
because I talk to different people. I try to connect with different people, not on some shit like, oh, I'm big business, I'm a boss, da 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 da. Hat in hand, I'm hungry, I'm determined. I did it for the Marine Corps, I did it for the country. Let me do it for myself. I fought for the red, white, and blue. Now I'm fighting for myself. I'm fighting for my family crest. I'm fighting for what I want in the future. So therefore, come on, man. All you do is transfer that knowledge, transfer that skill set, transfer that experience to yourself. So with that being said, focus on your relationship. Stop sliding in the DMs of big booty shorties, right? Stop sliding and paying attention. I gotta pay for the date. I gotta text her at a certain time. Then don't text her. Like, you figuring out all of that, and what's the return on your investment? That's why I do the finance of a woman in economics. What's your return on your investment? Busting? Really?
This
That's your
fuck.
return? What's that? Uh oh. Can you hear me? Uh oh. Let's do this. Can you hear me now? I hope the people can hear me.
Brothers.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Can,
okay.
can you hear me, brothers?
Yeah, I can hear you now. We got you back.
Brothers, can you
Unless
hear
I
me?
was falling.
I don't know. It's this garbage. It's flipping internet. Can you hear me, bro? Okay, sorry, brothers. Yeah, opportunity, bro. Crazy live stream, brother. Thank you for breaking that down, brother. Um, I'm so happy, man. We got two back-to-back classic financial live streams, brothers, man. Within the next 5 years, if every one of you brothers are not millionaires, I'm going to be disappointed. You know, brothers, please become millionaires based on the advice given to you by Obstacles to Opportunities and the brother favorite codes from yesterday's stream. Let me read a couple super chats, bro. Shout out to James G for the $5 super chat. He says, keep pushing obstacles to opportunities. Yes, indeed. Intelligent brother right here. I love the fact that he's young and he's already a millionaire at such a young age. The brother should be a lot more wealthy 10 years from now. I love seeing brothers make that money, man. Honestly, it makes me so happy inside when I see brothers walking down the street looking good with a dime chick, making a lot of money. That's the dream right there. Shout out to Opportunity. Shout out to Tyrone Ramirez for the $5 super chat. He says, I like this guy. He given out amazing advice. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Opportunity again. Shout out to you, Tyrone Ramirez. Have not seen your face here before. Are you new to the channel, bro? If so, say welcome up to the movement, brother. Hope you're well. Sending blessings and wealth your way. Shout out to Mr. Derek Taylor for the £10.90 Cash App. Thank you, bro. Cash Apps are very important for me. He says, respect IP and obstacles. The tax breaks are epic. Yes, indeed. Thank you, brother. Shout out to, let's see. Shout out to AN for the 6.99 Canadian dollar super chat. Much respect to IP and to the millionaire brother. Yes, indeed. Much respect to you too, AN. Hope you're keeping well, brother. Thank you, bro. So I think I will open up the phone lines now. Brothers, please feel free to send in more cash apps. Here's a cash app link, brothers, to support the movement, the international passport movement. It's almost 4 a.m. over here, so please support me. It's very tough for me to do these live streams pretty late. I do it to make sure American brothers, it aligns to your time. So please support me, brothers. It's very hard what I do. Shout out to so I will say, brothers, please join the Facebook group. The Facebook group is honestly, it's an amazing group. High value males are on there. So here's a Facebook group, brothers. Make sure your profile picture is of yourself. If it's some cartoon character, if it's some anime character, some Dragon Ball Z character, you will get rejected. I am no trolls in my Facebook group, so please put your human face on there. And when you join, you can change it to whatever profile picture you want to. But to join my group, you must be a human being. I need to verify that. Here's my Twitter as well, brothers. Follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM. Twitter is popping. I'm using that a lot more to push out my movement, the international passport movement. So please follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM. Retweet my stuff, like my stuff. It pushes it out to many brothers who need it. Last but not least, brothers, here is my Instagram as well. No, I'm very active on Instagram, so please follow me on IG and send me a DM. I call a lot of my subscribers through IG and Twitter. Opportunity can verify it. I'm on the phone sometimes for 2 hours to my subscribers, 2 hours, brothers. So don't miss out this opportunity to speak to me directly. Follow me on IG, send me a DM. I'll give you a call if needed, and we'll go on from there, brothers. Shout out to the brother Femi Akin Uwo for the $9.99 super chat. What's up, brother? He says, I just joined, probably missed a lot, but what I heard so far, I'm hooked. Yes, indeed, brother. This stream will go up immediately once it's finished on my channel, so you can rewatch it anytime you want to, any day, anytime. It's for you, brothers, to get this intel. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Much appreciated, bro. Brothers, again, feel free to send in more cash apps, more super chat to support me. It's greatly appreciated. And please, please hit the like button. And when this video drops on my channel, please comment. Everything is needed to push out my videos for the YouTube algorithm. I need your support as well, brothers. On that note, I will open up the phone lines right now. Please be respectful to opportunity. If I sense any disrespect, you will be banned permanently. I don't allow disrespect towards my guests on my channel. So on that note, let me open up the panel. I have another cash app real quick. Sorry, brothers. Shout out to the legend. The legend, Mr. Conrad Grant. How you doing, brother? Hold on, brother. What's going on here? This silly phone. Shout out to Mr. Conrad Grant for the £3.63 cash app. He says, shout out to IP obstacles for this intel. It is golden. Yes, indeed. Thank you again, opportunity. You're a legend, bro. All right, let's get this live stream popping. Hold on, brothers. All right, call in. So the live stream link is now pinned. Can we get new callers in as well? A lot of you guys are shy. You're adults. Call in, ask some questions. If you can't call in, that's fine. But you must super chat or cash up your questions, right? So there's 3 ways to get your questions to opportunity or any guest on my channel in the future. You either call in. If you can't call in, you cash up your question or you super chat your questions. Irregular data, what's up, brother? Let me bring you in, bro. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm so happy. 2 back-to-back classic financial live streams that should help brothers navigate their lives through the realm of wealth, money, and riches. Thank you again to opportunity. and pay the codes is much appreciated, brothers. How are you, bro? You okay?
I'm doing fantastic.
Fantastic, bro. Do you have any questions for the guest today, brother?
Yeah, I got a question for Obstacles. Hey, how you doing, Obstacles?
What's going on, family?
Yeah, I was gonna say this. Earlier you said something very interesting. You said if you know what you know now, you would have picked real estate before the stock market. Can you explain in a little bit more detail why?
Mm,
Okay, got you. Now, if there's anything I say, because sometimes I might say some terminology, but just let me know as I go. All right. So, example, I'm gonna keep it simple at first. When I asked IP earlier, I said, "Hey, look, if I called TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Webull, whatever, right?" And I said, "Hey, I want $100,000 in stock in value, right? All I have is $1." They would tell me to go pack sand, right? So if Apple costs 140 per share, I need 140 US dollars, right? So whether I do earn income, whether I have a side hustle, 1099, whatever, I have to go earn the money, then bring it, and then trade it for that stock, right? Now you could do other things like margins and all that other stuff, but you have to have value first. But anyways, but when it comes to real estate, I can leverage, meaning I can borrow way more money than I have. So when I go to the bank, if I have $1, they're not really going to be mad long as I have an earned income, I have an employee contract. You understand? So they're willing to give me the capital and support me. They'll say, here's $500,000. So what I choose to do with that $300,000 is my choice. So when I go out and I say, hey, I can purchase this multi-unit, right? I can short-term two of the units and long-term one of the units, diversify my investment, right? And the money that I make is going to pay down the mortgage, it's going to pay down the principal, it's going to pay down the interest, it's going to pay for maintenance, it's going to pay for the repairs, it's going to pay for property tax, it's going to pay for homeowner insurance. So all the things that everybody else has to pay for, I get paid by renters. And then the equity builds up, meaning that means like let's say the money I borrowed, the $300,000, it's called principal in a mortgage, and I pay that down. So that means loan pay down. So every time I pay $100, it goes away, right? And that creates $100 for me in wealth. Plus, real estate also appreciates in value. So the property that I purchased for $300,000 5 years later, keeping a very passive, or was it a real light increase, would probably be worth, like, let's say $350,000. So over the 5 years, it creates $50,000 of value. And then at the same time, I'm paying down that $300,000 that I borrowed and creating more money that I can tap into and take later. So the reason I say I'm going to enter into real estate, or would, is because, one, the statistics. I showed you the numbers, right? Most people get wealthy via the real estate, non-home real estate, not just real estate, non-home real estate. And then also, I'm actually highlighting the fact that, guys, it's small multifamily, because some of those people only, they did single family. They lived in it for 5 years with their family, or 3 years, then moved out and just rented it afterwards. You understand? So they came into real estate investment by accident, not by, like, of course, desire. It was a game plan. So with that being said, I'm saying, hey, fresh out the gate, get yourself 4 apartments. And you don't need much capital. Remember, you can't go to the government and say, hey, the Atlanta, and they'd be like, hey, what's going on, IP? What's going on in regular data? You'd be like, hey, Atlanta, can I borrow some money for my Charles Schwab bank account? They're going to be like, what? What are you talking about? But you can go to your county in Atlanta, Maryland, wherever you're from, and you can get first-time home buyers programs where they give you money for down payments. They give you grants, 5% grants, 3% grants. So at the end of the day, you're not paying to even get into the property, besides, an inspection fee for $500 or something. But that's it. The government's going to step in on a county level. They're going to step in on a federal level, and the bank and the lenders are going to step in. Everybody's trying to help you to get into a home, period. So that's why I say start with that, because most people don't have that wealth. Most people don't have disposable income that they can just use. And remember, this is what I'm saying in regular data. Remember, I told you the two biggest expenses on an average person is taxation and accommodation. So why don't you address those two big, large expenses? Not Netflix, not you going out and buying too many goddamn burgers. That's not the issue. Accommodation and taxation. So with that, small multifamily real estate addresses both of those issues. You can live rent free, or let's say very reduced rent, right? And then also you can have those tax exemptions because you now own rental property. And in real estate or even in the tax law, the best aspect to be in is a real estate investor. That's why Donald Trump paid $700 in taxes, because he's a real estate developer, or he at least just in real estate. So therefore he pays little to no taxes because the biggest incentives are in real estate. That's why
Thanks
I
for
say
that, bro.
start there. Does it make
Thanks for
sense?
that, brother.
Yeah, perfect answer. I understand because you earlier you told the story of how you turned a 10K down payment to a 500K in value.
Exactly,
You
right?
can't do that with
Or
stocks.
no. And remember, you got to know what you're doing a little bit, right? You got to understand some things. You don't have to understand a lot in stocks. I'm not going to hype it up, but just understand a little bit. So with that being said, brought two, I bought three people who didn't know nothing, bro. If I said some terminology, they'd be like, "Oh, word. Oh, wow. That's okay. That's lit." They really couldn't like they didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
But the moment they saw that check and it said $1.0365 million, they were like, "Huh?" They was like, "Yo, bro, this is a lie." It ain't no lie, bro. So when they started touring properties, and now look, we touring properties that's $1 million plus. So they handing them drinks, soft drinks. You understand? They getting treated all different types of ways. They not around running with the rest of the people fighting. They're like, dang, what? This is crazy. Exactly. The financing is there. We can make it happen, but most people just don't get the information. Real estate is it. I'm telling you, I made more money in stocks. I should be the biggest advocate of that. But I just know it's not realistic. I had disposable income. I was working overseas. I didn't have no expenses. It was all this stuff. That's why. But for me, if I go back with the saved money I saved, I would have been way richer than I am today, because I would have made way different moves. I would have made it in real estate first. But it is what it is. I know what I know. And remember, when you go to the bank, you ever seen that movie Life?
No. Is it the
Oh
one Eddie
man.
Murphy and
Yeah, Eddie
yeah,
Murphy.
yeah,
Yeah, Eddie
and
Murphy and
yeah,
Martin
yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
When he
exactly.
was
I
like,
seen it. Yeah.
remember, he was like, "How can a brother like me go get some frog skins from an uptight person like you?" And he said, "You need collateral, man." And he was like, "What about my daddy's watch?" He was like, "Loan denied." So when I went to the bank, I was like, "I got money, man. I got 200,000 saved up." And they was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Let me borrow $50,000." They were like, "Okay." And I was like, "Okay, you gonna give me the loan?" He was like, "What?" He was like, "This is what we'll do, Mr. Bird." He was like, "You got 200,000?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So I got money, bro. This is gonna be easy. My credit score was good. I was hyped, yo. Dad, I was like, "You gonna give me this money? I'm about to make it pimp." He said, "Okay, we're gonna take $50,000 out your account, and we're gonna give you a loan for 50,000." I
I
said,
remember
"Wait,
this
what?"
story. Yeah, you said it in the Mexico stream.
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
like, "Man, that's messed up." He said, "Man, you gotta have collateral." So I felt like Claude Banks on that one. And he was like, "You gotta have collateral, man. Loan denied."
Yeah, thanks for that, brothers. Much
No
appreciated.
problem.
Good question in regular data.
Thank
Put
you.
yourself on mute, brother. Shout out to Ian for the £9.99 super chat. Thank you, bro. He says, I can get chicks. I need to fill the bag. Yep, the bag comes over chicks at all costs. Shout out to Ian. Ian, call in, brother. I think you're from the UK. I want to hear another UK brother's voice. I don't see Thomas. He's been ghosting at the moment. Where's Thomas Demihin, brothers? He's been ghosting. But call in, Ian. Great to have you on here. Brothers, if you're watching this stream from the very beginning to the end, can someone please take timestamps, please, right? Because obviously the stream's going for 3 hours, 4 hours. So if you're a brother that's literally watching the stream from beginning to end, please take timestamps, post the timestamps of the content of this stream on the comments, and I will pin it as the #1 comment on this video. So please take timestamps. All right, thank you, brothers. I have a question for you, Mr. Opportunity, but before I do that, hold on, brothers. Shout out to AN for the $6.99 Canadian dollar super chat. I came in late. My question is, which foreign country is the best for real estate investing? By foreign, I mean outside of Canada and America.
You mean to answer that?
Yes, bro.
All right, cool. So ANCA, man, look, overseas real estate investing is mostly around like 8%, down to 6, 5, and that's usually the yields of return, right? So the rate of return, ROI, whatever you want to call it. So that's usually overseas in real estate, right? A lot of value happens in buying development projects. Look up that word. So off-site, before it's built, they're going to offer me a plan to purchase the property, and you could buy it for little as $40,000, $50,000, and you pay it over a time of like 2 years, 3 years. It's super cheap, bro. And when the property is completed, it'll be valued like 100, 200,000. So that's where the value comes in, the capitalization, the appreciation of it after it's completed. But when you're talking about rental returns and stuff, like I said, yields are really low. But my advice, in my opinion, from what I think and what I analyze, is focus on Asia. Asia's the future. I've said it many times. It has many plus and upsides to it. It's just a lot of development going on. One Belt, One Road initiative, massive amounts of infrastructure development, massive amounts of networks being created. It's literally 60% of the human species. So for you not to be involved in Asia in some shape, form, or fashion, real estate, stocks, whatever, is insane. Once again, it's 60% of the human race. So you give it another 30 years, 40 years, Asia, whether it's China, whether it's India, will be the future, the powerhouse of economics. And they have the infrastructure, they have the coordination and the ability to actually work regionally, will be the future. So whether it's in ASEAN, emerging Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, all these other places, I would say check Asia. Asia is the future, 60% of the human race. And like I said, the amount of money will dwarf everything in the West and the rest of the world when they come to. So you want to be on the forefront. It's almost like you're in the 13 colonies. So, and you're able to expand west. This time the expansion is in the east. So real estate, rental returns, 8%, 5%. That's just the numbers. But like I said, development appreciation is where it's at. And then also, like I said, focus on Asia, Team Asia all day.
Thanks for that, brother. And Africa too, right? Africa's would also be an opportunity for brothers to invest in. We want more brothers to be investing in Africa, right?
No, not as now. I love Africa, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't advise nobody right now. They got a lot of things that need to happen. And the same dynamics that exist in Asia, like domestic ownership, right? Their ability to solve complex problems, organizations and stuff like that. It's very, like I said, detailed in places of Asia, like, places like Thailand, Cambodia. You can come back and, 10 years later, the place doesn't even look the same. And the interdynamics in the region, Asian countries like, Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea, they're powerhouses with China, and they build up other Asian countries like big time, right? They have big individual banks, of IMF, right? Of the World Bank, but Asians have created their own financial institutions like the IDB, or AIIB, that finance their own infrastructure projects and inter-regional trade and development. Africa doesn't have that, bro. They don't have no organization to that extent. Development, 80% of the roads, 40% of Africa is paved. 80% of those paved roads are in all South Africa. There's a lot of development. Most of Africa is not paved with any roads that exist, or railways. They were for exportation, taking value out of Africa, not building value inside of Africa. They have a big hill to climb. I wish them the best, and I support them all day. But as of right now,
Yeah. Come on, Africa. China's rising. I remember 20 years ago, China was nowhere near where it was today. Come
Actually,
on,
40
Africa.
years ago,
Yeah.
China was one of the poorest countries, most 11 poor country with Africa 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's not the
Come
same
on.
anymore.
Come on, Africa. Can we please start doing the things we need to do to get power in this world? Because I'm tired of people who are not our brothers coming in and exploiting our resources and taking out and not benefiting African countries. Africa should be more powerful than China, right? What's going on, Africa? All these natural resources, get it back, brothers, please. You know, that is a motherland. That's where everything is. We all come from Africa. That is our own continent.
Facts.
Let it rise. Let's control the world through Africa, man. Come on, Africans, man, please. Oh my goodness, this corruption in Africa going on there is too much now. Shout out to opportunity for that. I have a question for you as well, brother. Um,
Hmm.
I see you, J Bones. Stay on the line, bro. I'll come to you later on. Um, if someone had $20,000 and they had a choice to invest in stocks or in real estate, what would you advise and why? And what process would they do to actually make money in either sections?
So first, real estate, and why? I'll explain. They got to live somewhere. So with that being said, it solves their living issues and it solves their taxation issues. And real estate solves the taxation for stocks also. So if they get into stocks later and they have capital gains, the the tax schemes or the tax laws, the way they're written, you could utilize your real rental real estate to offset capital gain losses, etc., in the stock market, also on your W-2s. So that's why, like, real estate is literally the key. So when most people say, I'm going to get charged capital gains, they don't own enough rental real estate to offset the capital gains and end up not paying taxes on their stocks when they actually realize the gains. So, and once again, I'm not a certified CPA. Everybody needs to get a CPA, but nevertheless, like, bro, you just get the right CPA, and especially one that specializes in real estate. So, my advice is to go into real estate. You have $20,000. Let's give a light example. Keep the math easy. $20,000, 20% down payment, but you don't have to use 20. So, 3% down payment on a property that's 300,000, or let's say $100,000. Let's make it simple. But once again, you get a duplex. Most likely, a duplex will be a sum around on 100,000, maybe fourplex, but let's just say duplex. And then you live on one side and rent out the other side for $500, $600. You live on the other side. Your mortgage shouldn't be no more than $400. That's why.
Okay.
You always start
Mm,
with real estate because it offsets your taxes. It helps with your living situation, right? You got to live somewhere. And also, it allows you to leave at least rent free, or like I said, real under the fair market value of rent. So if the fair market value where you live is 1,200 for rent, you'll be living around somewhere around $500. So now you just opened up $600 to $700 that you can invest in stocks if you want to. So that's why. And then, like I said, with the tax incentives against your, maybe you save $5,000 in federal taxes throughout the year because you're in rental home, what is it, real estate? $5,000 that can go to where? Stocks. So once again, that's why I say start with real estate.
so, brother, let's say you're you own a house already, right? Or you live in your parents' place, or you're renting out
Mhm.
somewhere, and then you're
Mhm.
suddenly gifted $20,000 by, let's just say, by
Yeah,
luck,
like an
or
uncle.
you won in a lottery or something, right? You're
Hmm.
saying, you know, get a rental apartment, buy it, live in it, move there yourself, but rent out the
Hmm.
other rooms for a few
Hmm.
$100s. And
For
okay,
money, because now you have an asset that you can start selling and making money, not only at your job that you're going to pay stocks for. So once again, you live in your parents, get out your damn parents' house. And then watch this too. Well, let me not say that, but I want to keep it all in the green area. So let's say, okay, get the property, live there for a year, and then move back in your parents' house. You know what I'm saying? All right,
mm,
and then rent out both of the units. I'm saying, make money, make something that's going to work for you instead of you working for yourself all the time. So you taking your money that you get, that you had to actively work for, trade in your time, in your attention, in your energy, in your skills, and give that to, like, let's say, the stock market. What happens if, like, Elon Musk might come out and he might say something inappropriate and it affects the stocks? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
imagine if somebody got, watch this, IP. Imagine if somebody got shot in one of the companies you invested in. The stock is going down, right? But people get shot in front of property and the value's still there. So once again, it's real steady, right? So therefore, it's like, and that's the first way. And then, like I said, it opens keys for you to use as tools in the stock market. Like I said, go real estate. I know you want to go stocks and it's all cool and it's all sexy. True. But like I said, the real estate is a tool and it addresses many issues in your financial budget. That's an issue, or your financial forecast. Issue is tax, W-2 income tax, and accommodation. That's the biggest expenses. Let's address them both. And if you stay at your parents' house, go get it anyways. It's going to give you collateral. Don't be a Claude Banks and don't be me going to the bank and getting denied a measly loan.
Fantastic, bro. Let's say, brother, how comfortable should someone be with people living in the same apartment as them? So I'm guessing you have to vet them very well, background checks, make sure they're not some murderer or some killer and all that.
Yeah. That's funny. No, so property. Look up the definition of property manager. I don't manage my property. Now, people do it for reasons like to learn and be educated. So, but I take 10% of my profits or the revenue and pay it towards property management, mitigate my risks, mitigate my liabilities. I got assets, plus open up my time. So people can do that. And that's what I would advise, because they're going to show you how to screen people. They have a process. You understand? So most people pay their rent. The good thing about multifamily real estate too is, even during the pandemic, 95% of all multifamily paid rent on time. The remainder was like just late payments, and there was like 1% that just didn't pay. Multifamily is very different from like people renting single family homes and all that other stuff. So once again, get a property manager. Don't try to manage your first property, especially if you're new. You call them up, type property management in your city, look at the Google reviews, and then you find the best one. And then they're going to just charge you 10%. You can afford it. Let them manage it. They have databases, they have carpenters, they have electricians, they have all the processes that you need and all the moving pieces to manage it properly, professionally. Because remember, you're providing a service. Don't try to do it yourself so you can save money. Pay money to have a good service. Provide a good service for your renters. And plus, the property management fee, guess what? Drum roll, is the tax deduction anyways. So once again, what you're paying for is a tax deduction, and you could save it somewhere else. You pay for property management, makes your property more efficient, more effective, open up your time, but also at the same time, it's a tax write-off. See what I'm talking about, man?
Yeah, thanks for that, brother. Let me bring in J Bones. He's been patient, and then I'll read his super chats afterwards. So James G, I see you. I see your questions, bro. I'll come to you later on. Let me bring in J Bones. How you doing, J Bones?
Yeah, IP, what's going on? I'm coming in clear.
Loud and clear, brother. How are you?
Not bad. If you want to read the super chats, go ahead, because I don't want to get interrupted when I'm talking. So go ahead.
All right, awesome, though. All right.
Hello?
Oh, sorry, brothers. Hold on, sorry. Shout out to Stand Up Guy Media for the $199 super chat. Major Keys IP, blessings, brother. Thank you, bro, for the super chat. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to Mr. James G for the $5 Canadian super chat. He says, how do you rank Asian countries for living and investing? What are your top 7 Asian countries for investing? Are these your same top 7 for living? Great questions. Go on, opportunity. You can answer it, please.
All right. So, how do you rank Asian countries for living and investing? Oh, what are your top 7? Asian countries for investment. That's a lot of numbers. um, and are these your top 11? Yeah, I would say that because wait, hold on. My bad. So once again, I put them same as same, living and investing, because I try to investing is a lifestyle, and once you make it a lifestyle, I mean, it's better like that, anyways. It, the investing sustains the living style. So, anyways, top seven. That's a question. Number one, shout outs to Bangkok, Thailand, Swati Kap, Kampu Kap. So Bangkok, Thailand is number one on that one, followed by Vietnam, followed by South Korea, followed by Singapore, followed by Taiwan, followed by Hong Kong, and then followed by Cambodia, and then followed by how many Asian countries that in Japan. And Japan's dead last because I love it and everything. Don't get me wrong, but investment wise, it's already done a lot of growth and development. But I'm still buying a purchase a traditional house in Japan. So those are my standards. Those are my ranks. I hope I gave 7. And did I?
Did you say you're trying to buy a property in Japan, bro?
Yeah. They're super cheap, man. And traditional houses. And plus, I know financing. You can get financing in Japan. You can get a bank loan. It's based out of Singapore, one of the companies, one of the banks. But nevertheless, yes.
All right, thanks for the opportunity. Shout out to AN for the two Canadian dollars 79 cents super chat. Thank you, bro. Awesome knowledge. I will be checking Asia. Yes, please do, brother. And much appreciated for the super chat. Jay Bones, how you doing, bro? Your time to speak, brother.
Oh man, God is great and the paper is straight. God is great and the paper is straight. What's up with you boys?
Big bro, how are you?
Cool, man. Obstacles, man. I never asked you, big bro. Where you from?
Maryland. Shout out to Columbia, Maryland.
Okay, yeah, man. IP, this is what I love right now, man. I wanted to, let obstacles know, man. I love to see brothers making it. I love to see the brothers on top, man. That's what it's all about. A brother from Maryland, doing his thing. Like American brothers are moving right now. It's important to see such elegance, man. I love this brother right here, man. Everybody's see the best thing about it, IP, is that yesterday when we had the stream with Faded, he talked about, he was on the stock side. He was talking about expenses and basically cutting and how you're basically moving around the numbers and EFTs, and he's getting money from that. And Obstacles is also talking about the real estate thing, and it's a multi-dimensional thing. It's multi-diverse, and everybody, you can if you're doing the right way, you can basically make it on both sides. That's the best part. I just want to say shout out to Obstacles, man. You're doing a wonderful job, man. Before Obstacles, before you were here before, I think I might have heard you talking about, did you say you had put up some properties in Tanzania?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you making I mean, I don't like the pocket check, but how's that going for you?
No, wait, hold on. Stop the show. Stop the show. I love the pocket check. I love the pocket check. Please pocket check.
I'm not.
No,
I don't
because
pocket
no,
check
the
other
only
brothers, man.
the please pocket check other, well, at least me, because the reason I'm saying that is because we got a culture that don't talk about finances. We got a culture that say, I ain't trying to, be in his pocket. No, I need you to be in my pocket. Why? Because the moment you see me buying a Lamborghini or a rollie on my Rex, I want you to pocket check me. Like, yo, Bird, you good, man? You sure you want to make that move? Like, is everything cool? You didn't pull that deal through. You didn't get that real estate deal. So what you celebrating? That's an expense.
Sure.
Now I could take your counsel and say, okay or no. I don't care. It's not. I'm not going to catch feelings. What I'm going to do is I need the advice of my warriors and my fellow generals and my brothers that keep me in line, because you might be right. You understand? I'm not taking it personal. That's your opinion, and it's a valid one. And I have to question myself about what I'm doing. Am I getting caught up? So pocket check me, pocket watch me, count my digits, That's what you're supposed to do, because in looking at my expenses, in looking at my portfolio, you can find discrepancies that I'm not even seeing. I might see it as like, oh, that's not a big deal. But when you bring it to my
Yeah.
attention, you say, hey, Bird, well, I got this. I invest the same amount of money you spend in that. I invest in Bitcoin. So why don't you diversify your currency into digital forms of currency, safe wise, and take that little 200 and put it in this one? And I'll say, yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. That's a smarter thing. Okay, how I do this, brother, and then you can show me. You feel me? So pocket
I
check
feel you.
me and all that other stuff. So this property right here. So it's still under construction.
Hold on.
My bad. Hold on.
Let me remove everyone from the chat. Including my
So it's still under construction. They just finished installing the windows of the property right now. So they're building out the windows and everything like that. So that's how far they got along with it. It was a little bit delayed, God dang Corona, or excuse me, the pandemic. But that's another unit that they're building out, another like apartment building and stuff like that. So they send you updates. So right now it's still under construction, and it's slated to be completed. Well, what year are we in? 2021, at the end of 2022. So it might be another year until it's done, my brother. But once it's done, I got you. If you want
did
to come
you
through and slide through, I'll give you half off.
did you buy that land opportunity? I'm guessing you bought the land to for them to build
Oh
on top
no,
of that.
I just bought the unit. So the unit is mine. It's like leasing and stuff like that. So it's different in Tanzania, but I don't really care. It's not that bad. It's a 45% return on my investment. The property management takes 20. It's a 25% return on $40,000. That's a good investment. So as far as I'm concerned, and it doesn't get used all year round. So as far as the wear and tear, it lasts longer. So it's a good investment when it comes down to the numbers. Plus, I want something right by the beach. It's real nice. I can live in it if I decide to just go off grid. So it just worked with me. It was my first overseas investment, and it's been working out.
How did you have links to invest in Tanzania? Because the average person can't just, go to a different country and invest in a different country without having some sort of link in that country. Maybe some business guy they know gets me in touch with a real estate guy. How did you actually first invest in Tanzania? Did you do your own research yourself and travel down there and go to like a real estate shop and ask around, or was it some connection, bro, that you had?
The funny part about what you said also is the average person has more computing power than the president 10 years ago in their hands. And the president in the situation room used to run entire countries that wasn't even his. So with that being said, the internet is very powerful. So my connection is via the internet, and it was massive amounts of like due diligence. I never like underestimate due diligence. So looking up development firms, educate myself about development projects, and then also because it's not big in America. Most Americans have money, so they develop their own projects and just sell them. But overseas, they usually like find investors and regular people, retail investors, to invest in project development. So I did my research, found a company, one of the best companies in Kenya. Actually, this company is based out of Kenya, and they sell development projects, and they're called Has Consult. I do a video about it. I show you guys how to find these development companies. But nevertheless, I did my due diligence, looked them up on. They're also national authority records, made sure it was a verified company. Also reached out to a law firm, verified their law firm through the same process, and then also got the lawyer to do the due diligence of the company that I was looking to invest in with. And it was known in Kenya to be the top development firm. Always completed 98% of their projects, never accepted anything less. Good construction teams, good projects underneath their contracts or underneath their company. So I did it like that. And shout outs to the guy Kevin, one of the brothers. He hooked me up. I was in Kenya, spent some time there, and he put me on the Tanzania project. He did a great presentation. The numbers were good, and so I invested in it. But also, before I invested in Tanzania, since I was currently in Kenya, I reached out, found a lawyer in Tanzania. She ran the due diligence on the property, corrected a couple things in my sales agreement, put my eye and my attention towards it. I paid her like, $100, maybe $50. And then she reviewed the contract, and then she's my representative if I have any issues in Tanzania. Great lady, great resources. It's just amazing. Internet connects you to a lot of good people, plus lawyers. Once you get in contact with one law firm, they really have a regional connection with other people across the borders.
Thanks for that intel, bro. J Bones, do you have anything else to ask? Opportunity.
Yeah, I didn't opportunity. What do you call it? From what I remember, you spoke to just a quick answer because I don't I don't want it stretched. You said you spoke to the president of Tanzania, right? I think it was the
Mm,
live before.
No, the governor
The
of
governor.
governor of a city in Kenya. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're working with because here's the thing. I've made more money in Africa than definitely um I don't
In
recommend
America.
Asian, not even America. I don't even mess with the American real estate like that. But
Hmm.
I don't recommend Asian real estate for brothers because the channel itself is a here everybody here most likely is just black men sitting around developing ideas. But there's an opportunity right now in Africa and Asia. Let's be honest with ourselves. They don't really mess with brothers like that. When you go over there to try to kind of purchase land or trying to build something over there, unless you kind of have somebody along with you. I'll give you an example. Tony Berry owns property in Japan. That property, technically, he couldn't have kind of retrieved it or kind of, put it in his pocket without having his wife around. There are certain rules of engagement when you go to Asia compared to Africa. Now more than ever, you got like an American brother like yourself. When you're coming into a place like Ghana, I'm from Ghana, so I'm looking at you and I'm like, yo, brother, come in so we can do business and we can work things out. So wouldn't you rather recommend that brothers go into Africa instead of Asia?
Um, so my experience, I spent more than 3 years in Africa, hitting the ground running, all on my expense, and I had many different mixed experiences. But also, I look at macroeconomics. Let's keep it 100% a buck and bean when we talk about investments. The only reason is Asians have their stuff together. Africans and African countries do not. They don't own.
Obstacle,
Oh, go
obstacle. Give me,
ahead.
give me a second. IP, we're on serious time. IP, are you there right now?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we're on serious time right now. Could you please make sure to tell Aaron B in the live chat this is not one of those nights again? Okay, we're
Oh
on serious
goodness.
time right now.
Mm.
We're on serious time right now. I don't know. I don't understand why we got to do this every single night. It's like we're dealing with a child. We are on serious time right now.
Yeah, R&B, stop it. I R&B, honestly, can you be serious? Going on forward, I don't know what the hater. I spent a hater. There's no hater here. J Bones is asking questions regarding, investing and opportunities. Well, no one's hating on each other here. R&B, take it easy. I'm gonna put you on timeout. This is getting a bit too much now.
At
Carry on,
at
J Bones.
at some point, IP, I just need to remind you that the American brothers are the one bringing money into your channel. So you're gonna have to make a decision. I don't need people trolling when we're trying to learn. As I was saying, obstacles. Go ahead, brother. We're listening.
Okay, yeah. Excuse me. So it, this is one thing. Nobody made me king of all the Negroes or king of the world. So I always take the position that that's my perspective. That's my analysis from the macroeconomics to micro. Uh, People bring up issues and ethnocentric and stuff. All places are. That never stops me. That's why I'm a multimillionaire in a place that's debatably one people would argue is a quote unquote constraint and oppression of black folks. Now I come from a lineage of ancestors who fought colonialism and fought themselves out of enslavement. So anything that I'm going, whether somebody likes me or not, is never going to stop me. But I'm a man and I'm a general, so I make stuff happen regardless. They have to kill me in order to win, and they're not going to do that easily. Now, going back to the actual investments in the macro and the microeconomics, in my opinion, and after my analysis, a lot of things are not owned on an actual domestic level. Now, I would invest, nevertheless, still in Africa, but there has to be things that are done on the ground by Africans for Africa. And that includes the actual perspective of ownership, domestically controlling the internal dynamics. A lot of people argue corruption and all this other stuff, but I really don't, jump on the corruption ban or the tribalism ban. I just jump on, self-agency, determination, you know, that needs to come to the forefront, as we just mentioned earlier, and as me and IP were talking about. 40 years ago, 11 poor country, China was right there. And as far as African countries are concerned in the growth and development, yes, there is opportunity for massive amounts of gains. I've seen Indians make massive amounts of money. I've seen other groups and other nations make massive amounts of money in Africa. And there's an opportunity, but somebody has to be well versed, well diverse, and have good connections, and understand the internal dynamics of that specific African country to make money, just like any market. But I'm dealing with the masses, dealing with more brothers and more accesses. So I think that's back channel that requires more specification and more knowledge. And there's going to be a smaller group of brothers that are available to invest in said Africa than there are in, let's say, easier, more passive investments that are more systematic, institutionalized, and concrete. And when we talk about record keeping as far as real estate, when we talk about archives, and we talk about how things are maintained, it's done vastly different in Africa versus, let's say, an Asian country like such as Japan. So with that being said, there needs
Yeah.
systems to develop. But
Can
I'm
I
not
have a
against it.
question? I have a question now. So opportunity. So have you started making moves to invest in a country in Asia, or or are you already investing in Asia already, brother?
I'm
Yeah.
already invested in Asia heavily when it comes to stocks and when it comes down in the company. So I invest directly in the market, whether it's the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, Japanese stock exchange. I own outright shares in Hong Kong, directly in Japan, directly in Taiwan. So I don't do any kind of docile stocks. Now, my wealth manager does that a little bit, but they also hold like outright stocks in foreign markets. So I use interactive brokers to get straight there. So like Alibaba, I don't own ADR in America called BABA. I own 9988 that's in the Hong Kong, and owns actually equity and ownership in the company of Alibaba Group. And the same thing goes for the Shanghai Connect. You can own stuff in mainland China now via the Shanghai Connect. So I usually use Interactive Broker to do these different types of things. Now, real estate, not yet. Now, remember, don't get it twisted. My first investment was in Africa. I support Africa. It's the motherland. But I
Mm,
also have to be realistic in order to sustain myself. I can
yeah.
be idealistic in that relationship.
Mm,
Now, the connections and the development, I would say, is great in Africa, especially for industrialization. Like, man, if you could connect the Chinese availability of industrialization, like the ability to process salt, right? And you bring it to the shores of Mubasa, and you could purchase the equipment for little to no money from China, send an expert from China to actually install it and train the personnel, Africans on the ground, and then actually run the company. There should be Africans already that understand it there, put together a team and make it happen. The only
mm,
issue is capital. They
yeah.
require capital. And I have to make money in America to invest in said capital opportunities in Africa, plus the
Mm,
relationships and the connection. So it's a big scheme. It's a big thing. It's not complex. It's not Asia only. It's not only America. It's a combination of all of them. And my
Yeah.
bottom line is, of course, to make Africa powerful, because I want a Wakanda, and I'm that
Yeah.
type of person.
Yeah. I feel you. Yo, I love IP, man. I love this brother right here, man. I
I know,
love,
man.
the thing about it is that IP is like we can all get some like obstacles. I'm telling you, brother. When we had the brothers from Dade County, Florida, they was up here. They went to South Africa. Obstacle, man. You're the type of brother that we need, man. Let me show you how I do things. I got three hospitals, actually two hospitals, one being built, so it's three hospitals running right now in Africa. What I do is that, my properties in Africa, I don't go to Asia to invest there, but I do use Asian labor because they're a lot cheaper. I can pay workers $2.50 a day. I got 30 Chinese people working for me, back home in Ghana. So I got building, and they build a lot faster. So because they work overnight, Asian people work around the clock. They have a morning crew, an afternoon crew, and a night
Facts.
crew. Yeah, so
Mm,
what I do is that I do the total opposite. I built in Ghana, I built in Togo, I built in Gabon. And what I do is that I use in Gabon right now, IP, you can get Asian labor for so cheap, bro. You can get 30 workers for like $30. So it's like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, IP, there's so much going on right now. But obstacles, brother, don't sleep on us, man. I need you in Ghana with us, bro. I need you in
Well,
Ghana with me, man. I'm
nah,
telling you,
I mean,
man.
of course, I'm never sleeping, and I'm always open to the
I
connection. This is
need
just,
I need these guys, man. I need guys like Obstacle, man. Yo, brother,
I'm
you the
there, bro.
type
I mean, I hit the
you're the
ground
type of
running, man.
I tell you, IP, these are the type of African American brothers that we need right here, man. When I see these brothers coming in, when I see these brothers at the airport, I'm a pick up Obstacle, put them in a new Escalade, and drive them straight to the damn place, man. I'm telling
Yo,
you, man,
look,
you the
look.
type of brothers, man.
I know, I know exactly what people were kind of the sentiments and they were talking about when I said like my ancestors X, Y, and Z. I'm willing to put up with that stuff. Why? Because I have a master plan. So I know that net of the end of the day, if I go to Africa, it's the much appreciation. It's the most relaxing, like the most calmest I've been in all of my years of life was me walking the streets in Kenya, right? And
Exactly,
also South
brother.
Africa.
Exactly,
Now,
man.
all these other places, no. But I'm sorry, I have a different mind. My mind is twisted. I see myself as a double agent, a diplomat, and I get stuff done, not because I like it, but because I have to in the long run. So if I'm invested, let's say a brother like me, right? And me and you slightly different, but we're basically the same. It's almost like 5% we're kind of different, right? So let me say a brother like me expands my, let's say, ownership in Asia to some extent, have connections, people like me. I'm that one token black guy, right? And with my ability to leverage that diplomacy with that nation and my wealth that's actually entrenched in that nation, I can actually establish connections and networks with the One Belt and Road Initiative, change the direction of where China has a relationship with Africa, but still beneficial for us. So it's like my expertise and my investments in there will help you grow because it's all connected when you look in the East from Africa, the continent of Africa, to the actual continent of Eurasia, Europe and Asia connected. So at the end of the day, it's all going to work. For me, I'll take the little blows, nobody liking me, etc. Because my end goal is not just to rule Africa, but have control across the world. That's why America is so strong in a sense. It's not necessarily because they're super strong domestically. They have small little enclaves throughout the world, and they use those small little enclaves and satellites and hubs to influence the rest of the world and have the tremendous power that they have. They don't need standing armies anymore. All they need is a small little Peace Corps. They need a small little USAID office space. And from that, they influence an entire place like Kenya. So when I come to Kenya and I try to invest, the only thing they talk about is not a local market, but expats and businesses and NGOs and why I should invest, why the development project is necessary. They focus more on the external instead of the internal. And that's how you make a nation implode and never build itself up. So we have to strategize. And I think brothers like you have made great connections on the continent. And I just need to find brothers like you and funnel some of that repatriated funds that I sink and dry out the West to brothers who can't handle it and say, I don't want to deal with it. Rightfully so. I'll deal with it. And then I'll funnel the capital to brothers like you, J Bones. And then you make it quadruple by building hospitals, schools, computer coding programs, and then actually really owning the process of industrialization. But guess what? It's my know-how and my technical understanding from Alibaba and AliExpress that I'll send you the generators and the processing systems in order for you to create the assembly line. And let's take over.
All right, thanks for that. This is a great discussion here, brothers. I'll come out to J Bones this one, but great, powerful discussion within the last 10 minutes, man. I'm amazed here. Honestly, man,
Yes,
brothers, this
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
I'm literally speechless, man. This is the kind of convo we should be having regularly,
Every
regularly
day. Every
within
day,
our
man.
private households,
Yeah.
man. Get in touch with like-minded brothers. Start speaking about this, Africa, Asia. How can we
Yes,
strategize?
sir.
Well, this is what the Chinese are doing right now, man. And that's why
Forget these
they're
hoes.
literally running the world after America. That's what they're doing every day, brothers. Speaking about how do we get power all around the world? How do we influence power all around the world? Because back in the 900s, right? That's what America did. You know, America put itself in Japan, in South Korea, in all these Asian countries. And 2021, they have influences over all those countries in Asia after World War II. Read it up, you know. It's all been set in motion. Now the Chinese want to get in play as well. When am I going to see Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Tanzania start making those power moves, man? 2021, when will I see that, brothers? Shout out to Jay Bones and Opportunity, man. Great discussion. I'm speechless, man. I love having combos like that. Shout out to James G for the $2 Canadian super chat. He says Cambodia versus Vietnam/Thai. Why is Cambodia lost? Speak on that opportunity.
Okay. No, nothing against Cambodia. Cambodia is up and coming, but there's just some dynamics that I just don't understand. Not because I'm incompetent or not because Cambodia is bad. It has nothing to do with Cambodia. I'm just more well versed in Thailand and Vietnam. So Cambodia recently came on my radar, let's say no more than like 6 months ago, and I've slowly been doing my due diligence. So that's why it's in the trail, more so of me just taking an analysis and being able to do a full dive deep, not because of Cambodia itself. So that's why I put
Thanks
it
for
on
that, brother.
last.
TCD,
Right.
I see you on the line. Thanks for that, brother. TCD, I see you on the line. Once I'm done with the super chats, I'll add you in to contribute to this very powerful discussion. Next super chat here is thanks, James G. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Russian Spy Sleazeball. Thank you, brother, for the $5 Canadian super chat. He says obstacles is credit necessary for home ownership, sorry, brothers, or real estate.
Yes, but credit is easily fixable. So, I mean, there's so many applications, download Credit Karma and Credit Score. And then now that you can pay kind of subscriptions, you can track everything like your cell phone bill, your water bill, and all these small little bills that help add towards your credit score. Back then, it was only like, credit card things that were reported to the actual reporting agencies. But now, you could report them yourself via these applications and constantly build on your credit. So I see people change their score within a matter of a couple of months. And also, you get in contact with these lenders and they'll look at your credit score. Do not go to them because of a credit score. Go with them even with the worst credit score. But they're going to put you in contact with people that actually are going to help increase your credit score enough and fast enough to get the property. So that's their job is to solve problems. Remember, if you came into a restaurant and you said like, oh, I just need something, you needed some assistance, or not a restaurant, but if you came into a business and you just needed some assistance in order to purchase my service, then I would make sure you get it so you can purchase my service. So the same thing goes with mortgage and lenders. They'll help you and get you the right programs that you need to get your credit right so you can get that dang credit so you can borrow the money. So yes, brother, it's needed. But once again, talk specifically case by case, person by person, credit score by person. Talk to the actual lender and go see them right now, regardless of your credit score. Go see them, talk to them. They'll put you on the right path.
Thank you very much for that, brother. Shout out to Sean Camp. Oh, come on, man. This internet's so flipping garbage. Come on. Flip's sake. Can you brothers hear me?
Oh,
fuck's sake.
we can hear you.
IP, we can hear you just fine, bro.
Sorry for my language, brothers.
No problem, bro.
Sorry for swearing there, brothers. Please don't swear on my channel. And sorry, brothers, for the swearing. All right, shout out to Sean Camp for the $4.99 super chat. He says, peace obstacles, fellow DMV brother. I am from DC, bro. My kids grew up in Colombia, hammered high. Thanks for the intel, bro. Shout out to Sean Camp, brother. Love seeing your face here again, bro. Hope all is well. Sending health, blessings, and riches your way, brother. Thank you, bro, for the super chat. Shout out to, hold on, brothers. Shout out to Russian Spies. His boy again. Oh my goodness, man. Come on. My internet's acting up a bit and my keyboard's just... All right. Shout out to Russian Spies both calls, but do you invest in crypto? And if not, why? Go on, bro.
What's that?
Obstacles. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I can hear
Hello?
you. Yeah, it's just your internet, but I'll go ahead. Yeah, so yeah, we're on.
Oh, sorry. So
we got you.
Can you see the super chat?
Yeah, I got you. So don't get at me, Don't get at me, chat.
Yeah. So,
we'll have to do another stream, me explaining crypto. But look, I'm not against it, okay? But I'm just not invested in it. And why not? It's because, like I said, I'm well diversified in tangible assets. So all the things that kind of what people who speak about crypto do is kind of, like I said, inflation, debt, and all this other stuff, or at least, like I said, the national debt and fiat currency. So that's why I own tangible assets. And then also that's why my money is in other markets. And plus, once you know about Asia and you know about China specifically and their digital payments and digital currency, they're the biggest crypto digital currency nation in the world at this moment. And they've been doing it in their cashless society. And it's just really complex. But there's a great book. It's called The Cashless Society. It's written by, I can't remember the guy's name at this point, but it has a QR code on the front. I mean, it's an amazing book, but it explains the digital payment system and how it evolved. Remember, the digital payments were first created in China in 2004, and then later on in 2009, Bitcoin was created in the West. Once again, it's another product that's created in Asia and exported to America at a higher marked up price. That's it.
Thanks for that, brother. Shout out to AN for the 6.99 Canadian dollar super chat. Fourth time or third time. Thank you, bro, for the support. Much appreciated, AN. Thank you, brother. He says, at Obstacles, Tanzania a good place to invest? At J Bones, how safe is it to invest in Africa? I'm afraid of the corruption. So, Obstacles, answer that first question first, and I'll go on to J Bones to answer that second question.
Yeah. Yes, for my investment. And that's what I'm talking about specifically. So I did the, background check on just Zanzibar being the first place to be open and for foreign investment. It's going to be a lot of good developments. So ours is going to be one of the first. So we're off for something different. So the microeconomics is there. The macro is different, but it doesn't necessarily destroy the micro in that situation. And then I'll let J Bones attack the corruption in Africa. Go ahead, Jay.
Go on, J Bones.
Yeah, sorry about that. You guys can hear me clear?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, the one thing that Obstacle said, we always have to confirm it. Obstacle said something very interesting. Invested in Africa, most of the time he's right. You would have to have the correct links to be able to do that. You have to know the right people. In my opinion, most of my investments I knew ahead of time. I built it and then I sold it to Barclays Bank. So you boys over there, IP in England, operating Barclays Bank, you guys pretty much just own whatever I own now because I built it and then I sell it over to the bank. So that's pretty much how I've been able to make my money. And investing in Africa, the corruption thing, you have to have the right defense. My defense is very, very complicated. I'll give you another example. I have defense because of my girlfriend, her Jewish connections. I have defense on the other side because most of my properties are actually extracted by the Nation of Islam. I work with some of the guys in the NOI, so they play offense. My Jewish people, my Jewish counterparts play defense, and then also I hire Chinese laborers and I use Nation of Islam security. So you have to have the correct links. You have to be able to route between 10, 20, 30 different people because I can use people in the Nation of Islam to basically do defense because they want to see black people win. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a level of connection. It's one step, one step, one step. The reason why I try to tell brothers to invest in Africa is because one, your money moves a lot faster. And then the second part is that you're black. When you walk in there, you look like everybody else. So the friendly connections and the friendly smiles are a lot faster. And places like I'm glad Obstacles picked Tanzania because it's a beautiful place. Tanzania is an amazingly beautiful place. It's a lot of beautiful scenery and but he's right about it. He's definitely right. The corruption in Africa is very heavy, but it depends on where you go. Dealing with my investments in Gabon, completely dealing with my investments in Togo. Togo is a headache. My investments in Ghana is much easier because I'm Ghanaian. So I speak the language. You can't get past me. I operate with the boys in the nation. I operate with the Chinese laborers. I operate with my Jewish connections. And I operate also having a job working at the United Nations also makes me a triple threat. So, most of the time I already know things that are happening before it happens. If the United Nations is building a new building in Ethiopia, I'm already aware of it, and I'm pretty much going to be building a hotel down the street before they even get started. So you have to know the right people. Obstacles is right about that. He's 100% right about that. You have to know the right people. If you're coming in from a different country, you have to have the right connections. Find someone who's very find someone that you can trust, so you boys don't get all that hard work that you guys been putting in money. Always be safe, think twice, keep working hard and do your research. Just don't run up into the country and just give all your money away. So it is true, there's a lot of corruption, but there's also a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah, I would say
Thanks,
way
brother.
more opportunity than the corruption. And I definitely would say, like, the only reason I just say what I would say is because now this is no knock to no people, right? Everybody plays different roles, right? And there's going to be some 10 percenters that are going to be able to devise a sophisticated and complicated defensive and offensive strategy, like you just, laid out for the people. And there's some who just like passive investors. So when it comes down to passively investing, that's when I say, you know, if you're looking to do that in Africa, just wait it out. I never say never, don't do it. And because that it requires more active investing and more sophistication in order to actually gain those great amount of rewards and returns that are on the continent. So, but if you're one of those caliber of people who's like, yo, I'm ready to do the due diligence, I'm ready to find the proper connections, I'm ready to, okay, then heck yeah, most definitely the returns are there, way more than what you could get in schemes in America. But at the same time, if you're not, then hold off, wait, let brothers like Jay Burns or Jay Bones build the foundation, build the infrastructure, and then later on you'll be able to be that passive investor.
I have a question for Jay Bones. Jay Bones, what did you sell to Barclays Bank in Kenya, in Gabon? Sorry, what did you sell and where? Sorry, brother.
No, in Ghana, I sold them two properties. What's happening is that a lot of banks are coming into Ghana because of the tech space. Google and all these other companies they're coming down to Ghana. There's a lot of coding going on right now in Ghana, like a lot of coding. A lot of the young Ghana is actually the hub for tech. Ghana is
Mm,
actually the hub for tech. They tried doing it in Nigeria, but just like the brother said, where corruption is, you usually don't want to go there. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to figure things out. But in Ghana, there's a lot of people in Ghana right now as we speak. I believe there's 60,000, either 60 to 80,000 brothers and sisters like obstacles who operate businesses, African Americans that operate businesses in Ghana. So what I did was it's actually kind of like a generational thing. My mom started it. She kind of showed me the gateway for it, but then later on I kind of figured some things out through the leak system. So you built a property, and I got the money for free. It's actually funny. I got the money for free. There's free money everywhere. People just don't never see it. I got the money for free. I actually got like to build my first what I got the money for free, and then I built the three properties, and then I sold it and made money from it. So I didn't spend any money at all. Like no money. I never even used any of my money to do it. I got the money for free. I got it from I can't really tell you IP, but let's just say in America you can raise money by going into different colleges and speaking. So you use the right connections to talk to students. I counsel young students, so they pretty much just gave me the money for free. I talked to the right people, some of the deans. That's what happens when you go to Ivy League schools. Because if you go to an
mm,
Ivy League schools and you get an Ivy League degree, you're allowed to go into different state schools and smaller schools, and they see you more of a champion. So they'll just give you money just because why? You're an elite level student already. So I got the money for
mm.
free, built the three properties, sold it back to Barclays Bank, and made $250,000 from it.
Ooh, Jay Bones,
Yeah.
you're making that money, yeah, like that, bro.
Oh
Lovely,
man,
lovely.
I IP. There's so many things going on right now. That's why I say like, yo, I try to force brothers like opportunity to come down. African American brothers, man, yo, they got this thing about them, man. They ready to go, and I love brothers like that.
Mm,
They know obstacles, and even I'll give you an example. We have our brother TCD here. He's from Jamaica. Right now, I'm working with some of the Jamaican brothers who are coming into Ghana. Why am I working with them? The restriction has been removed out of Jamaica. You can fly in from Jamaica to Ghana without no visa. So you can hop on a plane on Saturday morning and be in Ghana by Sunday night. We do
mm.
business, 20,000, 30,000, split the bread. They're back on a plane. They're in Montego Bay Monday morning. We're done.
Wonderful. Thanks for
Yeah.
that, J Bones. Thanks for the opportunity. And I will say, yes, a message to my Black American brothers: please make good of the opportunities in America. The dollars, use that in Africa, please. I would rather, Black Americans run the continent of Africa than people who are not Black, because eventually we're all from Africa, whether we're from the Caribbean, the UK, America. Africa is our home. Yes, due to unfortunate circumstances, slavery, taking away our ancestors.
Hey, J Bones, can anybody hear me?
I think
Yeah,
IP.
we
I
can
think
hear you.
IP's. I think IP's having
Okay.
trouble with his. You can hear me. Obstacles.
Yeah, I got you. So we just
Yeah, I
lost him
think.
for a
I
second.
think. Yeah, I think IP's having a little technical. TCD, can you hear me?
Yeah, he'll be back. He's just
Yeah, I
going
hear
to
you
come
guys.
back in.
TCD, yeah. Irregular date, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, just check in with you boys. I think IP's having a little technical difficulty, so let's just give him some time to get back. But man, boy, obstacles, man. You know, imagine
You,
imagine what your ancestors would say now if they saw you, bro. You guys are
oh,
really
most
living the dream.
definitely. I
Yeah,
got to do
man.
it bigger than what they even imagined. Now, that's the
Exactly.
point where I got to live up to. For me, too, you ain't got to convince
Madam,
me to come to
Madam,
Africa. I love Africa.
Madam CJ Walker is looking at you right now, clapping her hands, brother.
I hope Marcus Garvey is looking at me. I'd rather roll with Marcus Garvey. No, not to Madam C.J. Walker, but I'd rather deal
Yeah,
with Marcus Garvey. He created his own stock exchange, so
I'm
I'd rather
telling you,
deal with
man.
somebody like that rather than a nappy straighteners. But nevertheless, get it how you live.
You get it how
But
you live, big bro. Let me tell you. What's his name? What's the brother? I forget. The UNIA. That was Marcus Garvey's thing. Yeah, the UNIA.
UNIA.
The
That's my brother,
UNIA, man.
man. I love Marcus
Marcus
Garvey.
Garvey.
Control your own destiny. I think Marcus Garvey. I like Marcus Garvey the most because he was and this is how I treat life. Marcus Garvey's been fundamental for me because he actually gave me the idea, and he gave Americans, Black Americans, the same idea when he came to America. He said, "Hold
Yeah,
on, stop the show."
yeah,
Black people were running around from Martin Luther King to W.E. Du Bois to Booker T. Washington. He was like, "Who are these people you trying to impress?" He was like, "Why is that the rule of measurement?" And he was like, "They should be like they're a factor, but they're not the factor. You are creating your own destiny. You create your own future, regardless if they like it or not. It's irrelevant, right?" And he just said, "Chart out your own destiny. Have self agency, self determination." And he really gave Black people that type of energy, which they didn't have in abundance, like the way he brought it and delivered it. He brought it with jazz, with allure, with the type of accoutrements that Black people never seen. And he energized them to the levels that nobody has arguably ever seen. He led the largest organization of Black folks on this planet for the longest time, maybe 1,000 years.
yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm trying to get what's his name? I'm trying to get his son to come up here. Probably, hopefully next month. His son Julius is a very
yeah, they got some times over there in Ghana too. So,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. We rock with Jamaicans heavy, bro. Like what's his name lives here. People forget Bob Marley's son. I mean Bob Marley's is his wife lives here. She's
mhm.
she's the honorary president for Ghana. Bob Marley's wife is
Yeah,
the
I like
honorary
Ghana.
president.
I got a good friend out there. He's a YouTuber, Nappy Briggs. He does great content out there in
Yeah.
Ghana, man. I
It,
mean,
it's
great
it's
place.
you I've been trying to explain to guys, like, yo, um O'Shea Duke Jackson, he got his channel.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah, he's over there in Uganda. Or he was spending a
oh
good
yeah,
amount of time in Uganda. Yeah,
making bread, making serious paper, bro. Making
making good
serious
money.
paper, yeah. Yeah.
That's why I
I've
tell
been
brothers, skin your teeth in America, skin your teeth, understand,
yeah.
or whatever your method is. I'm not, like I said, nobody made me King Negro. All I did is suggest is just Do something. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Just get in the game somehow. And that's it. Stop worrying about gaming shorties and start
yeah.
gaming capital,
These
economics.
boys, these boys want to travel obstacles, but I told them, I'm like, yo, you guys need money to travel. Like, it's not like,
Almost
you just
definitely.
go, yeah, you need money to travel, and you boys want to get the best of the girls. You,
And you don't want to travel like I've experienced it. I used to travel like at my beginnings, right? When I like just working W-2 money and that's it. And I used to travel and I always had to go back to work and I hate it. Like I would have to go back to work and earn money again to
and then
travel
come back.
again. And it's just like a cycle, right?
It's a cycle,
So
yeah. It's the rat race. You basically inside the rat race, and then you got to
so
figure out
that's
how
why
to
you need to invest because
get
then
the
you can just keep it
cheese,
going. If I
get the
wasn't
cheese.
greedy,
Yeah,
I can literally stop working and just I'll be good for the rest of my life. But I'm
yeah. I
slightly
don't. I go back home to Ghana to check out my investments. I've never traveled with money before because the money's already there waiting for me.
Mhm.
So I don't really But yeah,
Oh,
man.
here
Oh,
we
hey,
go.
IP here, IP comes IP.
He's scrolling back in. Shout
IP,
out
you
to
okay?
IP.
IP, you okay, bro? You want me to call somebody? Scotland
No,
Yards, Scotland Yard or somebody, MI6. You go.
no,
You should.
it's all good, brothers. I'm back now. All right.
All right.
Shout out to FG Low for the $5 super chat. He says, "Should you get LLC before getting investment properties?" Please answer that, brother. Opportunity.
I'd say LLC establishment to hold investment properties is it's a defense and it's definitely offense that people have for asset protection. So they have like a good amount of wealth. Like most of my wealth comes from like liquid funds, cash, stocks. So if I when I get into real estate, I'm looking to put it underneath an LLC to give me some asset protection. So if somebody tempted to sue something that was individually owned by me, then they would have to, like I said, pierce the corporate veil. But for people just starting out, just get a property. And in order to LLC it later, it has to go through a process of you owning it first and waiting that time and then like changing it underneath an LLC. But most lenders are not going to underwrite you a property in an LLC straight out the gate and it's a residential primary residence. But if you're paying 20% down for a property and you can already afford it, then yes, LLC it if you have assets to protect. If you don't, then like I said, get good own homeowner insurance, get the best, don't get the cheapest, get the best to protect you from any liability. And then at the same time, that's why you get the property management to protect you from negligence. Don't be trying to fix stuff yourself. Like, I looked on YouTube, I can fix this electrical work. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? But don't do none of that. And that's why, like I said, it's good, but if you're not modest and you're going in and residential house hacking, no, just focus on the property. Black folks tend to focus too much on, yo, what's the name of the business before they even start actually doing a business plan. They like spend like, man, last week I've been trying to devise a name for the business. Like, what have you did the business plan? Oh no, not yet. Like, so they do the same thing in LLCs and corporations. They be like, oh
Oh,
man, I had no for real. I had an investment group where it was like three brothers. I love and respect the brothers. I still laugh about it now, but they put together three LLCs. It was like, yeah, man, one for property management, one for this, one for that. And I was like, y'all got a lender? Oh no, not yet. I'm like, y'all already paying LLCs and licenses and fees. You ain't even got no financing yet. Like, come on, bro. Let's get the financing. Let's see what we're working with, how we're going to go about it, because all those things are irrelevant until this. You had to do the education first and then building. So it happens, but nevertheless, like I said, unless you got assets to protect, then yes, go definitely figure out because you have to learn LLCs and how to operate them and how to maintain them. So definitely put that in your schedule and learn how to do that. It's not impossible. YouTube University
thanks for
and
that,
LegalZoom.
brothers. Thanks for that, brother. Anyone who's watching the stream from the start to the end, please be taking timestamps. And once you do take those timestamps, please post on the comment section of the video and I'll pin it. Please do that, brothers. That'd be greatly appreciated. Just so it's easier for people to watch it through by chapter. They can skip through the parts of the video. Greatly appreciate it, brothers. Shout out to James G for the $5 super chat. How do you get into commercial real estate in Asia or USA? You mentioned that you can make more money in that type of real estate. Are you in it now?
No, not yet. My lender, the guy I told you I was emailing and sending Instagram to, slide in his DMs. He also got his commercial license recently, so now he can actually start lending, and he's inviting me in said investments and doing investments with him also. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the greatness of having good lenders. But at the same time, I did say it was good because you can triple net, which is different, where the renter pays rent, they pay homeowner insurance and property tax, and it's called triple net. And sometimes the clients, which will be the renters, are more solidified, like companies, corporations, and stuff like that. Or sometimes small businesses would have some risk. So it's good to diverse in both. But I'm not in commercial real estate in Asia or USA as of now. Great opportunities in Paraguay. I had to buy in. I just didn't understand finances. I was acting like I was stomping with the big dogs, but I didn't really understand. So missed out on that great deal. But as I learn more and as I pick up more knowledge later on, but not right now.
Thanks for that, brother. Let me bring in TCD. Thanks for being very patient, brother. How are you doing, TCD? You okay, brother?
Good, thanks. It's no problem. This was kind of a live stream. I actually missed a good portion of it because a family member called. But I really liked how you're talking about tangible assets, because I don't know if anyone saw the live stream last night. I wasn't trying to be contrarian or anything. It was just I like tangible assets because that's what I've seen people around me do. The question I had is a little more conceptual, though. I was wondering what you think might happen within the United States in the future in terms of the growing wealth inequality and the potential of an asset tax. And do you see that coming in the future? Do you think like young people should perhaps be making like certain types of businesses in order to like in the future avoid getting taxed on assets in the form of a wealth tax or something like that? Because like it seems like there's a big in between, right? Like you can go all the way up to Africa, or you can like build in the US, and there's not much in between there,
Yeah. No, I mean, I see maybe something coming. I'm not usually like an oracle, and I really don't try to like project. But I do know the people you're talking about, and the people who they're trying to tax are smarter than the rest of the people who even trying to tax them. So they'll always find ways around it and create new ways around it. So it's just that class is a different mentality and mindset. So they deal with problems that are going to be issues like getting taxed, yeah, but they'll just figure out ways to go around them. And that's kind of been the history of the elite period, right? When government or whoever's in charge tries to figure out ways to tax them, they find new ways around. If anything, that's just a diversion to see like there's an attempt to correct the wealth and inequality while there's really a new path for them to follow. So, and then of course, quell what is it called, local or national rebellion or revolution. So that's most like what will happen. So the rich will just find new ways to, of course, get the same tax incentives or just takes the tax hit. Either way, they made massive amounts of money, as you've seen in the current market, right? Crazy amounts of gains in the stock market. These companies are liquidating that and buying whole cities, intangible assets like BlackRock. So they already made the money. They say, tax me a little bit of potato chips to keep the people calm and make feel like they did something. And that's called the give and take relation.
Well, yeah, and it's interesting because it's like with this whole like current agenda around taxation, it doesn't seem to actually address any of the wealth inequality. It's kind of just like on this like this weird idea of morality and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so that was kind of, I guess, what I was getting at is like structuring like my life in the future for tax avoidance. But yeah, I guess there's nothing we can really do to predict it. That makes sense.
No, I mean, unless you're on the inside, and then plus, just wait, look with the mentality and the mindset of knowing that there's always ways around. That's all you need, like for real. Literally, I don't
Mhm.
know nothing much about. Of course, I know the professional tax credit of how I could take my gains up to $25,000 short-term rentals and then offset it with my W-2. I know about it, but how to file it and where, I don't know that. That's for the CPA that's savvy in real estate investments, and then it also files for my exemptions. So he has most of the knowledge. So all I have to do is know a little bit and know who to refer to, and there's going to be guys on the forefront of the CPA that understand the new ways of innovating and getting us the same tax credits. So you just hire those people and pay them.
Yeah, makes sense.
What is
Okay.
there? There's going to be what's it called? Trailblazers in all aspects of human activity. Find the trailblazers; they'll blaze the trail.
Yeah.
That's what they did to Einstein, right?
Yeah, and pretty much every other visionary too.
Exactly.
Like Steve Jobs, without that, what was his name? Mike Markula or something? Yeah.
Everybody just hits on the back of his ride. Like, there you go. Put the money behind him. He
Yeah.
blazes the trail.
I was also wondering about sort of because you guys were talking about property in Africa, and I really do apologize if I missed this. I'll watch the whole live stream again. But what is the like sort of general like rent yields rental scene there? Is that too underdeveloped, or is that something that can like start to happen now?
From what I've been able to see, I think Jay Bones will be better because his margins he's building it from ground up, so he gets more margins. Yeah. For me,
Mm.
I was buying into development projects. So then, of course, they already made their margins. Yeah. But I
Mhm.
still made a good gain out of resale or rental. Now, you said rental specifically, right?
Yeah, because it already sounded like you guys were
Yeah.
talking about
So
flipping. Yeah.
when he builds it from the ground up, if he was going to rent it out, I'm pretty sure it cost him a little bit. So the renting out would have been a good gain also. But nevertheless, if I'm buying a property, then it's still good. It's around 8. Like I said, it's still 8. South Africa, not too long ago, I looked at a great property. It was around 8 too. I paid like 8,000, 80,000, quote unquote, for the property. And then you can get somewhere around 600 or something like that a month. So okay, and then the resale value afterwards also good too. But I think building it from the ground up like a J Bones, and even if he held the property, I'm pretty sure it would have gave him good returns. But he sold it for his particular investment scheme probably. But I'm pretty
Right.
sure he would have made great turns, being the
So
price that he paid to build it would have probably been great.
wait, so just to clarify, you bought a property for 80,000 and was able to get $7,200 a year, and you think
No, no,
those
no,
are
no. That
like
was per month, $600 a month. So that 1% rule that people can follow in America, it was slightly under that, around like 8% or 0.08%. So
no, but I
that's
think
what it was.
that's a pretty good yield for a lot
Yeah,
of
no, it
countries.
was. It
Yeah.
was. It was. Especially in a place like South Africa. You know what I'm saying? So you get that in America. So
Hmm.
and it was a good area too. And it was a beachfront property, and it was relatively good. Young professionals, definitely a good rental pool also. Wasn't too maxing out on their accounts and the microeconomics. So it was good. I just didn't do it because I did something else at the time. And you can
Oh,
own
okay.
freehold ownership in South Africa. So that's a good note about it also. There's some other issues, but that's debatable also.
Okay. All right. Thanks for
Awesome.
that, T. Great questions, TCD.
Yeah,
I'll come
thank
back
you.
to you later on, bro.
Yeah,
Shout
no
out to
problem.
Chris. Shout out to Chris Pye for the £7.26 cash app. He says for Major Gem. Thank you, bro, for the cash app. Much appreciated, brother. This is a Major Gem. Shout out to Opportunity and every brother on this live stream panel for contributing to another classic live stream. Thank you, bro, for the cash app. Brothers, feel free to send in more cash apps, brothers. This is a great live stream. Please support me to enable me to push out more content like this. Thank you, brothers. Shout out to Wealth Engineering, the brother, for the $2 Canadian super chat. He says, great question about wealth tax, TCD. That's, yeah, good point
True.
there, TCD. Because
That
let
was
me
a
tell you
super
this,
good
right?
one.
Yeah, because the media will have you tell you, the media will have you will show you that black men only care about rap music, weed, women with big butts and big boobs twerking in the clubs, right? But they'll never show an intelligent brother asking questions like this. The media doesn't show brothers like TCD and brothers like us, right, asking the hardcore questions that will navigate our lives. It's all about showing the ignorant brother who listens to rap music all day, smokes weed, talks about nonsense. But brothers like us, we're not showing the media. It's crazy. So this whole movement can change the whole minds of many people when they see young brothers here speaking about hardcore intellectual things. Well, I love this channel. I love the people I have on this channel. This is amazing, man. I learn every day from you, brother. Shout out to TCD, young brother as well, asking the hard hitter questions. Thank you for that, bro.
And that,
Shout out
and
to
the
go on, bro.
No, I was gonna say, sorry about that, Brad Pete. I was gonna say the brother you had on yesterday, in my opinion, probably the coolest brother I've seen in a long time. Like for me, I flip it, and he's cooler than Drake. Like forget Drake. What is Drake to me? Like that's my opinion from it. You know what I'm saying? Like my perspective is flipping the culture. Like everything that they think is supposed to be dope and cool. Like, bro, I find that stuff to be extremely whack. And the brothers like yesterday, where people might feel some type of, I feel like he was the coolest person out here on this planet. So that's because of what he brought, the value he brought, the value that he was truly adding to people's times and minds and watch times and attentions. So as far as I'm concerned, bro, I don't blame the media. I wouldn't do it neither. I'd be pimping us too, like they pimp us. If I was on the other side of the team, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be pimping you too, IP. But I'm not. I'm on my side of the team. So it's our job to do what we gotta do. They done messed up. The internet gates is open, but we're not gonna be one of those people who add to the actual buffoonery and the tomfoolery. We're gonna be adding an actual vibranium for that Wakanda.
But it's messed up, right? Because imagine, a movement where, brothers like the brother from yesterday and us brothers, where we have more visibility in the media. Imagine brothers wearing suits, putting out PowerPoints, writing on whiteboards, talking about wealth. That will mess up a lot of people's minds because people have been nurtured to see black men as useless people, as men who don't do nothing, who make a lot of baby mamas, who smoke weed all day, who kill each other, listen to rap music all day, call ourselves the N-word 50 times in one day, all that nonsense, right? When you see brothers not saying no curse words, no N-words, speaking straight facts, that will mess up a lot of people's minds, bro. So this movement we have here, SYSBM, International Passport Movement, I'm excited for it because we have the best brothers here, the best
Actually,
Black American brothers, the best UK brothers, the best Canadian brothers. I love this flipping channel, man. I love the movement we have right here, bro. I'm so flipping excited, brothers. You don't flipping get. Put yourself on mute, TCD, man. I love this channel we have here, brothers. Honestly, thank you so much for making my day. Oh man, so awesome. Shout out to James G for the $2 Canadian super chat. Did you join a country club or members only club? That's for you, opportunity.
Did I join a country club or a members only club? If I did, I had to kill you. No, I'm just kidding. When I tend to be in countries, yes. Like when I was in Pakistan, I did, and I tend to because I have the opportunity. But it's great networking, and I like it. I ride horses, I do golfing, and that might be a little slightly different, but that's where good connections are made and good opportunities. Dress how you want to be addressed, and act and have activities how you want to act. So I kind of have activities that are associated with things of, like, say, the upper echelons and accoutrements, regardless if I was there at the time or not, and it's been beneficial. So finding yourself on the horse track or finding yourself on the course and on the green puts you with good wealth building teams. Shout out to
Good
me.
company, great company. I used to work at a golf. I used to work at a country club actually. IP.
Awesome,
Yeah.
bro. Did you make
Yeah,
connections there?
it's the best. It's the best place to make connections. You're around pretty much anybody that walks into that, the country club or the golf club. They're basically making $1 million or more. I used to work at Bedminster Country Club. That's the one that's owned by Donald Trump. So literally in the morning, I would have to wash his car when I was a kid. Like they would come and park cars. Yeah, this is before he was president. It was before he
Wow.
was president. Bedminster, New Jersey. He owns the country club over there. So it was a whole bunch of rich people there. The Lakers players, the Los Angeles Lakers players. This was around the time when what's his name was the coach of the the Nets. Byron Scott. I used to caddy for him. So, walking around holding a rich person's golf club, you will hear a whole bunch of things. $1 million deals being made. You're going to hear stories about basically how the market is moving, where to put money, where to take money out, where not to put money, where to put money. By the time you're done for the day, you wouldn't even notice that you were working because you received so much game. It's not even gonna phase you. You go to certain places where you know that these people are gonna be. Even if you're shining shoes or you're, cleaning a toilet, like you have to understand that it's the best way for you to make money. When I get off work at the UN in downtown Manhattan, sometimes I'll walk down the street to the stock exchange. Those guys that stand in front of the stock exchange, they smoke cigarettes and cigars all day, and all they do is talk about money. And they don't care about you being black. So when you get there and you shake their hands and you're smoking a cigar with them, they're gonna tell you what's going on. I've been hearing about $50 million deals, $60 million deals, $70 million deals, 120, $2 billion deals for the past 3 years.
Damn. All right. Thanks for
Yeah.
that intel there, J Bones. Very insightful. Let me bring in Jay Takashi. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, IP?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm really happy about this stream, man. Honestly, it's been a great one. How are you, bro? You look a bit tired. Everything okay?
And man, like I said, it's the lesser of two evils that you got to work for in order to do what you want to do.
Keep working hard,
man.
brother. We're here to support you.
I'm
voices
trying,
are
man.
here. The voices are here, bro, to encourage you to keep working hard. Again, career advice, financial advice. Put in the Facebook group, bro. Reach out to people who you feel would help you out directly. We're all here to help you, bro. I'm here. If you want to speak to me over the phone call, 2 hours, 1 hour, it's all good, bro. Okay, keep the head up. Okay.
Yes, sir. Definitely will.
Awesome.
To the brother, obstacle opportunities in here, man. First thing I want to say is I want to say something to you real quick. Thank you for posting a video of this brother being Islam doing real estate overseas. The fact that I get to see a brother actually just walking on the beach at Islam and stuff like that, him just living his best life and actually doing work over there and with a smile on his face was probably one of the inspirational things I ever saw. Thank you for doing that, IP.
You're welcome,
and thank
brother.
you, Obstacle, for actually showing us your hard work and your fruits of your labor by you talking to us right now today and just laying down the law of what all Black brothers can aspire to be, because it's very much needed.
Thank you, brother.
And
Do you have
thank
any
you, brother.
questions?
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for Opportunity, Jay Takashi?
So I'm gonna have one for him today because I'm really willing to learn from his mindset and what drove him to do what he wanted to do. So Obstacle, what drove you to get into real estate by chance? What was your driving force?
So being clowned by the bank, like I said before in that story, right? When I went to try to go get the loan, right? And then also I just looked at the stats like earlier today when I showed those little charts and when I showed also the link for that wealth, how is the who rules the USA and where the wealth actually comes from. I saw that from my perspective, being the bottom 90% before, that hey, my way into wealth is real estate. Now remember, I got it during stocks and all this other stuff, but after the whole thing and the whole escapade, I was like, well, let me shorten this learning curve. And when I went and followed through with the process of getting money and obtaining money and lending, I was like, wow, this is not that bad. Like I had to send no more emails than probably more words. And I sent to 20 shorties trying to tap their buns. Instead, I sent it to the lender and I was able to get financing. From them shorties, I didn't get no type of financing. It was more deficits, liabilities, and expenses. And so when I figured out that, and I said, wow, this is how you get a functional property, right? How you get one that produces income, produces money. That's what got me into it. And once I loved that, I fell in love with real estate, not because it's real estate. I fell in love with the freedom and liberation and the ability to create wealth. And, have you ever walked in front of a property that's a tall standing building with 4 functional families living in it, and you're the owner that facilitated that? habitat for them, that ecosystem. You're the one who created it. On the deed is your name. So one thing that kind of put a lot of fire or a lot of spark underneath me was I went to my granddaddy's estate. My grandma currently lives there. She's 90 years old, oldest lady in the neighborhood. And I was like, Grandma, where's the deed for the house? And she's like, honey, it's somewhere over there. It's somewhere in that box. And then I was like, okay. And she was like, the key over there, go get the key. And then I was like, all right, went to go get the key. Opened the box, right? And I literally not. My sister was there, my brother was there, my mom was there, right? Opened the box, look at the deed. I didn't know what it was saying. I didn't know what it meant. Here I am, a 30-year-old man, right? Got money, been working jobs 6 figures for a while, right? Been in the Marine Corps, did a bunch of stuff, right? Got a college degree. And here I am, I can even read a document that actually claims the actual ownership of this land that my great granddaddy got from Vietnam. I can't even understand it. I show it to my mom. I show it to my sister. I said, have y'all seen this? They said, no, we didn't know. I've never seen a deed before. My mom's 40. My sister's 4 years older than me. You understand? And they never seen this. And then I read that was the biggest weakness of my entire family, that they knew nothing about this asset that cost more than all of them had in their bank accounts combined, right? And they knew nothing about it. And that kind of put me in a position where it's like anything that actually is of value, that's very important, like land, buildings, ownership, I knew nothing about. Isn't that crazy? I knew everything else about everything else. Like, oh, if somebody has a building and I need a security camera in the front yard, then I could break that down. But when it came to just owning a piece of land and owning, I was the most ignorant. I was like a runaway slave, but I was worse. They at least knew something about the land. I didn't even know how to plant nothing. You feel me? So at that point, I was like, yo, this is terrible. And so I just was like, I'm going to bridge the gap. And ever since then, I've been able to protect my granddaddy's estate, protect that wealth. That property alone was worth $300,000. And after I'm done with it, investing a mere $50,000 to rehab it, it'll be worth $400,000. And then I could take that money and create another lot on the other vacant land and create $400,000. So literally that's $1 million sitting on those two plots. But I just needed the mentality. Now I have it. So my grandma, she don't want me to do nothing now while she's alive. So once, she's with Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey having tea up in heaven, she's going to be looking down and hoping that I actually bring it home for the family. Same thing as my great granddaddy. So it's all about knowledge. And a lot of Black folks like that. I dealt with property in Washington, D.C. I see Black people losing free property, right? They'll sell it for $700,000. Developers come in, buy it from them in cash, put a measly $100,000 into it, sell it for $1.5 million.
Right.
Okay.
We just don't know. So that's what got me into it, just the ignorance. I was worse than a runaway slave. I knew nothing about it. And that's where everybody is. If you don't know nothing about real estate, you might as well go back to the plantation.
Right. I agree with you on that, Stiggles. I mean, I think everybody has to start somewhere. Like I always go back to your roots.
Remember also, people kill for land. That's how America was created. That's how many countries were created. People kill and die for land. In America, only 12% of it's available for sale.
And that 12%, only very few can afford it because it's such a small amount already. You've got to be very rich, be well connected, because there's a lot of competition there in America. Great discussion, everyone.
Wait, hold on, IP. I want to just say something to that real quick. You don't have to be extremely rich and wealthy to get in real estate. It's real easy with the finances and the schemes that you set up. The sad part is America probably, in comparison to Israel, in comparison of the other countries like in Latin America I've been to, ain't nobody dumb enough to give you land for little to nothing. But people are dumb enough in America to sell land and give up land for little to nothing because they have a tech job in California and they inherited a property in Arizona that they don't want to deal with. Even though the property is valued at $70,000, since they're so ignorant and don't care and have no attachment to it, they'll sell it to you for a mere $10,000, and you could have $60,000 in equity. once you buy it from them for cheap, for the low, right? Because they can't live in it, they can't rent it out, they don't want to deal with it, taxes, they don't care. They live in California, they got a tech job, who cares, right? But you can't go to Latin America and get somebody who worked their whole entire life to buy a small parcel of land for their family. You can't get that land off of them. I've been in Latin America. You go to a property with no roof in it, and you're like, hey, there's no roof. I got to pay for a roof. Let me get $10,000 off. They say, go to hell. They're not going to give it. They're not going to budge because life is real. They had to save that money. They couldn't go to no bank and get no financing and leverage and all that other stuff. They paid with it with blood and sweat and tears and years of work, labor, driving in a taxi. So they're way more connected and they're not budging. But in America, man, they give that joints up like nothing. They be like, man, I don't want that property. It's getting on my nerves. I sell it to you for $10,000 cash right now in 2 days. They be like, okay, I'll take it. You can't get away with that in other countries. They'll fight you. They'll stab you if you try to do something like that to them. They would take it as an insult. They wouldn't do it.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that. Oh, do you have any more questions, JT Kashi?
Well, like I said, I have more of a statement to everybody in here. I would say, and this is mostly I want obstacle opportunities to hear this. I think the biggest takeaway that every Black brother can take from you is that, listen, where perseverance and also knowledge is key, and I know a lot of cats in here always preach it. I think it's very, very good to know that mentorship from someone like you could actually help them a lot, especially if they're interested in the particular type of field that you're in, could push them even further if they allow themselves to, to open themselves to you, and then just, take all the lessons they need to learn from you, and also just to be the person they want to be, because I think that's what's lacking more in our more so in our community, if anything, lack of mentorship, but also the lack of drive to see the beauty and hard work and labor for the men, because we take great pride in our strengths, and we do embrace our weaknesses, but we turn our weaknesses into strengths. And to every cat in here, I would maybe 4 or 5 years from now, we'll all be drinking tea at a country club probably, and maybe be horseback riding. I'd actually would like that in 5 to 4 years time to do that with obstacles, because I like being around horses, and I just like nature in general, to be honest, just to be at peace. Listen, just so the brothers can go around. So we'll be the ones talking about money, but the difference is we won't be like freaking Drake and freaking Jay-Z and those cats. We'll just be like really calm brothers, being one with nature, as we were always been brothers with nature. But I'll end it off on that, my man. Thank you for your wisdom, my man.
Yep.
Thank you, man. Thank you for your time.
I think it's very important for brothers to be humble as well. I'm not saying be some sort of very humble person, but be confident as well, but be humble as well. The thing about these rappers is that they're not humble, right? They make you look bad for having very little. They call you a broke ass N-word, broke N-word, all that nonsense. Why would you call your another brother that kind of rhetoric? A broke N-word, broke ass N-word. What's the point? Why don't you lift up a fellow brother? If you manage to make a lot more money through stocks because you made it through music, then tell brothers what stocks you invested in, right? That's how we would help each other as a community. But in rap music, if you don't have this, you're a broke N-word, you're a trash N-word, don't come near me, you can't sit on my table, all that garbage nonsense. And that's the reason why brothers don't get anywhere as a community. We're too much as individuals. It's nonsense, man. But this channel here, sharing knowledge, looking after each other, bro, there best be some millionaires within 5 years, man. There better be some millionaires within 5 years. I see there better be, man. Thank you once again to Mr. Opportunity. I will go through everyone for one last closing statement, starting with Irregular Data. Do you have any closing statements, brother?
Yeah, I got a question for Obstacles. Obstacles, how after you ink a deal, how long does it take for you to get renters in the house, and what's your turnover rate for renters?
You can purchase the property with renters already under the contract, so that's a good thing you look to. And then plus, I would advise so if it's your first deal, so you won't have to go through those learning pains. Though the property management is going to be like, oh my gosh, we got to deal with that, but it's okay. They'll shut up. They'll deal with whatever. And then at the same time, it helps you underwrite the loan, because let's say you don't make that much money. Well, the ability to use 75% of the rental income to underwrite the property to help kind of like qualify you also helps. And then it helps in the grand scheme of things when you try to go get another property. So that's one thing about the renters rate of return, or turnover. It depends. It's not about what I say. If you look at vacancy rate and you type in the city or the county, Google will literally spit out the answer for you. And that's calculated by other people who take the comparisons and all the data and information and find out the vacancy rate of those particular areas for 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, whatever your setup is. And also PropStream has massive amounts of data that you could also check out. And as far as the vacancy rate, I kind of just look for, like I said, my rate of return, how much I'm purchasing, the programs available for me to use government funds on top of all the government funds that I got already, and make it where I put less amount of money into the deal. And sometimes I take, even if I'm paying for an asset that's in like an upward mobility area, great appreciation, no danger, I'll pay a little bit money for my property. It's completely okay if I'm not making cash flow for me, for my investment strategy. I'm young, single, and looking to build wealth. So I can pay for $1 million asset. If I got to pay $200 a month, that's not a big deal. So with that being said, but that's my investment strategy. Other investors don't, but I spend no money to get into the deal. So that's why I'm okay. If I spent 20%, it'd be different. So like I said, those are the two things that you got to look for. And then get a property that's already underwritten. Also helps you to underwrite the property. Vacancy rate is something that you Google so you can find that type of rate of turnover. And things that I would emphasize if you're in the DC area, great actual voucher programs where now you have renters that stay in your property for 15 to 20 years. Great mentor named Joseph online. He does great, and he shows people how to do it. But he's a different guy. He's a big time investor. He's not like a YouTuber or anything. And then like I said, focus on those, and those will be great. And yeah, that's
Okay.
about it. I hope I
Also,
answered it.
yeah. What do you usually pay property management companies?
Well, good thing is usually if you go to them with a single family house, they usually charge 10%. Some people charge by door also. It depends on the company and how they actually charge, but at the most it's great when you get into small multifamily, because usually they have deals where if you have more than 4 or more doors, then they actually give you a discount, so they'll take it down to like 8%. Right, they'll lower the price if they charge you per door because you have more doors, quote unquote. You have more units to rent. So it's kind of like, kind of wholesale, right? You got more doors, they're going to give you a better price. You got less doors, only one property, single family somewhere, they're going to charge you probably 10%.
What do you usually do? Do you usually do door by door, or you do percentages?
No, I just go to the best company and I'll accept whatever form of payment they got. So sometimes they do by door and I'll accept it because they're the best company in San Antonio. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm looking for a percentage only. If they're the best company, if they got great views and they go by percentage, then okay. If they go by door, then I'll say okay also. It's really about the interface, the data, how do they interact with renters. I listen to what the renters say. And if the renters say they get back, they fix problems quickly, they have easy payment plans and devices so we can make our rent payments, and they answer our questions and attend to our needs very quickly and efficiently and effective, then I deal with them. Plus they have a great ability of eviction, and also look for property management and ask them exclusively, do they deal with evictions and the process of evictions? Because sometimes they don't do that, and so now you got to do it somebody else and all that other stuff. So I like the companies to do a one-stop shop, and they offer everything I need from putting people in and putting people out.
Okay, last question. Because
How many questions, bro? All right,
last question. I said the last question. Obstacles. What do you call it? You live overseas. You spend a lot of time overseas, and you buy a lot of properties in US. How do you do your due diligence from so far away?
PropStream. That's a great website. It's called PropStream, and PROP Stream. PropStream, and you have to subscribe, but it's basically the MLS. It's the MLS and public records put together. And the MLS is a database that realtors use and has a lot of information about properties on the market. But the prop stream combines data from properties on the market, off the market, everything in existence and on public records. So it gives you massive amounts of data. That's why America's really great, because unlike other places in the world, it doesn't have that much data. You can't break down the block of a certain area in Latin America and see the freaking average income of the medium income and the household ownership. Like, the data that's available is ridiculous. And with more data, you can build out better investment strategies. So just using Zillow, Realtor, Trilio, all these different apps for flood applications, understand the flood fields, to understand the rentals, the crime in the district, ADT crime maps. I mean, like, it's massive amounts of money. Also, niche.com to actually see the dynamics of the median income, the value of the community, the zip code, the household value, how many Hispanics, how many white folks, how many black folks, how much household income. All that information is there. Data City, how many cars they own. Like, all that information is there for you to calculate. And that's what I use. That's how I became strong in me analyzing deals and property, is just through the data. America is very data driven, and that's what makes your investments the best and the greatest.
Fantastic. Great questions, regular data. Thank you, brother. Thank you for answering those
Facts.
questions. Opportunity.
Yes, thank you, Obstacles.
Okay,
No
thanks for
problem,
that,
man.
bro.
Regular data. Thanks for the questions.
Awesome. Well done, bro. Let me go on to, and brothers, whoever's watching it from beginning to end, please record timestamps. That'd be greatly appreciated. Post those timestamps of this stream in the comment section. I will pin it. So going on from every stream I do on forward, from now, from in the future, can someone please take timestamps? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me go on to J Bones. Do you have any last statements at all, J Bones?
Yeah, IP man, thanks a lot. Hope you boys are doing great as usual. Shout out to the usual suspects that didn't make it here with us today. Shout out to the ones that did make it here: Jay Takashi, Obstacles, Regular Data, TCD. Shout out to Tony and Theo. Shout out to our regular soldiers: Conrad Grant, Kingu, Sean Camp, Sean M. Shout out to our brother Joshua Epps. And brothers, we got a lot. We got a lot to work on. I'm seeing whenever you guys get a chance to, our brother JC Wealth, Wealth Engineering, he gives a lot of the younger brothers a lot of game on his channel about crypto and certain situations like that. So the market is open. We got guys in here, the young guys, Kingo, Kitsune, and as long as you're not clowning around and acting like a buffoon, and you're actually here to learn, you can get a lot of work done. The market is open. There's a lot of things that we can do now to basically make money. The American brothers is really what I'm worried about. So you guys, Mr. International, when you guys get up here, man, make sure it's all pen and paper. It's all pen and paper. You boys are ready to go. You guys are ready to go at any moment's time. There's a lot of things that you can learn. There's a lot of things that, you can be able to put within yourself, write everything down. Some of these things back in the day, someone had to teach you, but a lot of this stuff is, is all over the internet. So get off the cartoon nonsense, get off all the porn sites, get off all the damn Pornhub and all that nonsense, and get to something that makes sense. Get to something. And IP man, I know what's going on. I know you only get 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep, and we thank you for that. Shout out to you for always sacrificing that. That's why when you boys get up here, stop being tight with the super chats and the cash apps. And one more thing. When the video ends, go to the comment section and put great stream IP, excellent stream IP, thank you Obstacles. Just write something in there, because you boys are so hard-headed. There be 1,000 people that watch the video and we only get 20 comments. I don't get it. The comments are free. It's not like somebody's asking you, to pay for them. IP doesn't charge for comments. You understand what I'm saying? It's free, bro. So just type something into the comment section so we can get our brother's channel moving. You understand what I'm saying? He lives in the UK. Those brothers over there, they don't get a lot of opportunity. So at least the least we can do for them, when he ends the show, IP is a regular human being. He has his phone in his pocket. Send the cash app. You understand what I'm saying? Most of us in the American Brothers, we send the cash apps in when IP is not even around on the channel. So hit the channel, hit the cash app, hit the super chat. IP, thanks a lot. Shout out to Frank Harris. Shout out to all the usual suspects: Kingu, our brother Jay Takashi, Tony Theo, Conrad Grant, Irregular Data, TCD. Shout out to everybody, and Obstacles, brother. Thank you so much for coming. I can see it on your face, man. I love the way you do that salute. I'm gonna steal that hat from you when I see you. I'll tell you, brother, man.
I give it to you, brother.
I can tell you, IP. I appreciate it when I see African American brothers coming into Africa and eating off the land as they should, make the money off the land. I appreciate it. So, Obstacles, when you're down there in Tanzania, please be greedy as possible and extract all the resources for yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Yes,
I
sir.
feel you, brother. And shout out to everybody, man. IP, go get some sleep, man. We'll catch you tomorrow, bro.
All right, thanks for that, brother. Much appreciated for those powerful words, J Bones. TCD, do you have any closing statements, brother?
Yeah, as always, thank you guys for having me on. It's really great, like these streams, because it's a positive movement. It's not just like thirsty like dating stuff. It's actually like going somewhere. And the brothers who come on are seriously impressive. Even if I will say something, like everyone I've seen here is like very impressive. Like Theo, Tony, like Faded, Obstacles. Like these are all very impressive people. So it's really, really good to be on here. Thanks.
Thanks for that, TCD. Shout out to East Coast Kev for the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you. Right near the end of the stream, praying for the brothers on the panel and the chat. Shout out, brother IP. Shout out to you too, brother East Coast Kev. Thank you, bro, for the kind words. Let me go on to Jay Takashi. Do you have any closing statements, brother?
Yeah, I got a few, probably just one or two, but I would say this to every brother in here, and I appreciate everybody giving a shout out to everybody on this panel. I mean, that's a wonderful thing, but like I said, I'm not anybody special. I'm basically here trying to learn and educate myself to learn from things that I didn't know, but also I'm willing to like not be ignorant. I think that's the difference with me and everybody here. I think knowledge is power and key, and also a brother attaining knowledge is one of the most beautiful things that a brother could get. I think that's very necessary. And IP, you one of them cats too in the UK. You in the Western. I mean, you're not in like America, but you're in the UK. So I know you're an intelligent brother from the way you speak and how you carry yourselves. And I know that you do care about other brothers trying to uplift themselves. And you're not here to bash and all that stuff, which is really good too. I really appreciate you not doing that too. But I think a movement does need to be a movement needs to be said for like what you're trying to do, because like I said, it's very inspirational. A lot of cats out here, especially the people in the chat and people on this panel, because like I said, we're all we've got, and we should be willing to push the actual movement along,
Sorry,
and not
Jay, do
just stay in one spot.
you have some background noise going on? Some
Oh,
cartoon?
do I have any background noise? Oh, hold on. Oh, that was my phone going off.
Just so
Sorry
it's
about
not
that.
copyrighted. Carry on, bro.
Yeah. No, I got you. But like, it's just something that we all need to do. And also for my last statement to every brother here, in 4 to 5 years, do y'all want to celebrate with wine or do y'all want some tea? Which is it? I'm curious how we do that. If anything else, because I know you're from the UK and you like tea, and I'm a tea person, by the way. I like hot tea early in the morning. So I think we should probably have some jazz music in the background, and we should just kick it with the horses and just just relax.
Yes,
That's
when we
what I
all
think
have
we
our
should do.
millions. Looking forward to that when we all have our millions, man. With our dying foreign chick. Can't wait for that,
Right?
man. Lord willing.
Definitely.
Thanks for that, Jay Takashi. Much appreciated, brother. Miss International, have you been taking Miss International, have you been taking timestamps, bro? You said you were going to take it at the beginning of the stream. Who here in the live stream chat has been taking timestamps? Please let me know so I can see you on my comments and pin your comment. Put a one in the chat if you've been taking timestamps of the whole video. Opportunity, the floor is yours. The last statement is yours, bro. Carry on, bro. What's on your mind, brother? before I end the stream?
Oh man. So let me start off by here. Thanks for bringing me on the stream. Thanks to all the brothers and the families and people just actually sticking with us, and those who watch the playback, engage, like, share, subscribe. International Passports every day. The name is Obstacles to Opportunity. I appreciate it. My channel is the only channel in the world where we can hotwire your mind and actually put you on a mission. All you need is a vision. And that's what we're going to bring to your actual ambitions. Oh, I'm trying to rhyme out here. But on a serious note, on a serious note, definitely I have a couple things coming up. I have Obstacles Opportunity. You can subscribe. I'm going to have a Patreon coming up. I do have obstacles.opportunities. You hit me up at Gmail. A couple of brothers have did a one-on-one consultation. We go over their finances. We do a war report. And after the war report, it's evaluation bit by bit about the goals and objectives and coaching and mentoring in a direction, whether it be real estate and stocks and everything else. We look at the totality of your financial estate, and then we plan it as such, because a lot of you brothers are not looking yourself as a nation or a crest. You got to start looking at your estate and start planning for the future. And it's 10 to 15 years out. And I like to give people something, not just in words and talking to them, but something they can visualize and they can see point by step 1, step 2, step 3, and then go by it step by step. I want to say this, man, and this is one of the quotes that I have. It goes, quote, "You will never have a greater or lesser domain than over yourself. The height of a man's success is gauged by his self-mastery, the depth of his failure by his self-abandonment. And this law is the expression of eternal justice. He who cannot establish domain over himself will not have no domain over others." It's vastly important for you to control yourself and have self-discipline and master yourself first, because in the words of the great Dr. Amos Wilson, we, especially as Black people and Black brothers, spend too much time conversating, talking about, complaining, whining, expressing how other people feel about us, how other people think about us, how other people relate to us. By default, they only exist, and that relationship exists because of the way we act. And if we spent more time trying to change ourselves, by default, they will have to automatically change their behavior and their interaction. I became a powerful Black man by recreating myself to be a powerful Black man. And people had to respect me as such because they had no choice to, when they engaged in behaviors, communication, and social relations with me. You are in control of your destiny, and you're the number one soul factor in it. I'll say this so you guys can understand what I'm saying. All this information, whether you are a brother, Black brother, white brother, Hispanic, or whatever, right? The single most important asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth in what seems to be almost instantaneously. An untrained mind can also create extreme poverty that can crush a family for generations. Which one do you want to be? Obstacles to opportunity. Much love. We all we got.
Fantastic, bro. Thank you, everyone. Can everyone hear me? You can hear me. All right, awesome. Fantastic, brother, for that closing statement. Brothers, thank you to everyone who took part in this live stream. 3 hours of pure classic information. I will drop this video as soon on my channel. I will drop it as soon as possible.
Pure blows, man. Haymakers, the whole 3 hours.
Literally, Hajime Oyepo, yeah? Jitakashi, yeah? All right, I'll drop it right on my channel right after the stream ends. Brothers, thank you very much. Mr. International, if you just post those timestamps in the comments section of the video, that's all you do. So post the numbers and then and what topic we discussed, and that's it, bro. But reach out to me on Facebook, bro, and I'll help you out with that if needed. Thank you, everyone, for this great live stream. It's much appreciated. I hope you all have a great day wherever you are around the world. brothers, again, Cash App me any donations 24/7. Cash App is open. If not, super chat when I go live. Please hit the like button and please comment on this video once it drops on my channel, and share it with other brothers who are like-minded. Please do so, brothers. And of course, shout out to Jay Bones for the $2 super chat. He says, love the way IP says, Lord willing. Powerful. Yes, indeed, man. The Lord will set the way for all of us. Shout out to Jay Bones for that super chat. Thanks for that, bro. Please, brothers, watch this video in full, get information, and thrive, move forward in every areas of your lives. Mr. International will bring you again on my channel. We know we have big plans as to where you are currently, which we will keep a surprise. We will keep it a surprise at the moment. But thank you, brothers. Look after yourself, brothers. And wherever you are around the world, have a great day, night, or afternoon. And I'll see you, brothers, in my next live stream. Peace out, brothers.